In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Grand rising. Top of the morning to you all. How are y'all feeling today? It's Turn Up Tuesday, right? Not only is it Turn Up Tuesday, it's Presidential Debate Tuesday. With Kamala Harris, about to have me mess up her name. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. That's going to be a hot, heated debate. But before you can get into the good, hot, heated debate today, you got to crack open a nice, cool bottle of Molly Moss Sea Moss, the tea, the lemonade, the smoothie, the gelatinous flavor form. And if you want a nice icy pop or icy treat, you could do it that way too. Do something for your body. I keep telling y'all, it's that season that mucus builds up in your body. People get colds and all these germs. Reinforce your immune system, people. Sea Moss. My brand of sea moss is Molly Mall. You can get other brands, but I like Molly Mall. I like a brand that I can trust, you know. And also, I like this book right here. This book, Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. It's a good book. It's a great stocking stuffer. You can get it on hardback. Boop, boop, boop. It's not a thick book. It's not a long book. But on audio, it's 5 hours of listening pleasures. So when you get the audio book, you know you got something worthwhile. So when you're driving or when you're traveling or you just sit back chilling on a bus, listen to it before you go to bed, while you're getting dressed in the morning, get the Audible. You could do that. You ain't even got to read the story. You can listen to the story. That's what a lot of us do anyway. When you're getting dressed, getting ready in the morning, we ain't watching the news. We listening to the news. So, you know, that's what we do because we walk around doing so many things. Listen to the story while you're drinking your coffee in the morning. There's some funny stuff in this book. It's a great book. It's on hardback, paperback, audio, and digital. That's media. That's the downloads for the Kindle if y'all still read it digitally. Because you can even go to the Apple store. Everybody got an Apple Watch. You can go to the Apple store and go to the book section. Put in Shades of Blue. Blue is spelled B-L-U. Not B-L-U-E, but B-L-U because that's a character. And once you get into the book, you'll understand it. But put in that B-L-U, Shades of Blue. Go on and get yourself a copy and enjoy it. Go on and audio books. Go on and enjoy it. All right, let's get into the show because I'm going to enjoy this show today. All righty, let's see who we got in the house. Molly, who in the house with me? Grand Rising. Molly, you will have to tell me. My eyes a little, everything is a little fuzzy. Who I got in the house, Molly Mall? Hello.
You got DJ B, man.
Hey, DJ B, man. Grand rising to you, baby.
What up?
What's up? What's going on with you?
Louisville, Kentucky, baby. I'm in
Louisville, Kentucky. All right. Is that where Kentucky Fried Chicken came from?
I don't know. I know they got the bats. The bats from here. You bust people in the head with Louisville bat.
Louisville Slugger. I know. That's where my boy from with the band-aid under the eye, Nelly. Is that where he from? Or Missouri?
No, Nelly from St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri. Okay. Now Louisville, Kentucky. Okay. So
you must be special because I'm trying to work, but I'm calling my beautiful friend comedian and her morning show, Althea. Right. I'm see, you messing with my money out there, but you special.
No. I'm trying to get some money because on October the 12th, I'm gonna be down in Aberdeen, Maryland, tearing it up.
Right. That's right.
Tell all the old men that like fat women come and see me.
October the 12th, Aberdeen Comedy Show and Fish Fry. Comedian Poppy the Bear, Althea McFarlane, Philip Page, and JoJo Baby.
It's gonna be hot.
I heard you blew it up down at the Wind joint.
It is so funny because I blew it up with a missing tooth. Man, my jaw was packed, my face was swollen, but I did not disappoint because what we say in the entertainment business, the show must go on.
The show must go on.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm gonna call you right back. I gotta do my paperwork in 1 sec. I hit you. Come right back on.
Hey, do you, baby? We love you, y'all. That was DJ B, man, in the house. I'm gonna be performing. He's giving a show in Aberdeen, Maryland, and I hope all y'all get y'all tickets. Come out there and show us love and support, and let's blow it up like we know we can. And it's gonna be the after party. Y'all know that's why I'm gonna be down there talking about some Baltimore two-step, baby. Let's get it. Hey, I've been practicing that shit. I look good as shit on my walker. Baltimore two-step, baby. Let's get it. Park Heights something. All I know, that's my song now. I be doing that dance. I don't know what. So y'all come out. Y'all want to see me come out there and do the Baltimore two-step with me? Hey, and all the dirty old men that like thick women. Hey, they're gonna be in the house. And all the little nasty women that like thick men. We got Philip Page in the house that day. And for y'all that like the little slim goody with the big heads, we got JoJo Baby. We got JoJo Baby in the house. You can take him by his ponytail and swing it around like a helicopter. JoJo ain't got no hair nowhere else but on the top of his head, them two ponytails. Be like, JoJo, are you confused? What are you got the ponytails hanging out. But that's my friend. That's my man. That's JoJo Baby. You know, but y'all come on out. Miss Dreadhead is gonna be in the house too. And so it's Kobe Jack. And he, like he said, Poppy the Bear. Grand rising to you. What's going on?
Grand rising, happy Tuesday.
Kiani, you sound like you literally just rolled out the fucking bed.
No, I've been up since 8 o'clock.
Why you got that I'm just getting up voice?
That's
Huh?
I'm tired today, Reese. I'm tired. I ain't go to bed till like 5 in the morning. I went to bed late.
Kiani, what is you doing up 5 in the morning? I don't even want to know. Look, plausible denial. I don't even want to know. But I do want to share, because you wasn't on the show yesterday, about Zales, the club that's open. It's already opening. Zales Kitchen Lounge. Go over there and get you some good food. But that's going to be our new workout spot Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we're going to be hosting and doing all
Where's that
at? It's Atlanta, Maryland. Zell's Kitchen and Lounge. Did you remember this place that's called Kitchen Cray They used to be
Yeah.
called that. There it is. It's right there. The Kitchen Crate moved out to Virginia, and it's like the same people own it, but Zell's is taking over that Kitchen Crate location in Lanham. So it's called Zell's Kitchen and Lounge. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Gwen Factor, hosted by Gwen Factor and myself. So you will see two faces on the flyer, my face and Gwen face. Like, come hang with us. Come party with us. Come get your freak on, get your jam on. Thursday, and so far, the roster is built up for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And on Sunday, we're going to do NFL specials. Come on out and get your 1, 2, 3 punch for the NFL. They got 4 huge TVs, so you can sit down and get your wing and drink on. And they're going to have beer and wings and nachos and all those good things. Ooh, it rhymes, so you know it's true. Beers and wings and nachos and all those good things. Yep. Nachos, beers, and wings and all those good things. I'm going to write the jingle for it. Come on out. Yep. So you can go there right now and say, Reese sent me. I'm checking it out, checking the place out. So it's nice. The menu is nice. It is. Hello.
You make the Facebook public, Riri.
Oh,
What's going on, Marley?
What up, kid? Oh,
Feeling good.
Yeah, I was like you, boy, at 5 in the morning, man.
what
It's
time?
hard to sleep, man. I got so much on my mind.
Oh,
Best hours to work and be quiet
That's true.
and all that rackets going on.
yeah, I heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
The looting and everything. They said 60 people
Where?
last night in DC. Molly,
The
can you
loot-
find the story for
And
me
probably because they released that footage of the cop
that shot that boy?
and they shot
What
him.
kind?
Went from around our way. It's 2 of them, but they killed one of them. One of the twins.
Damn, man. The cops here, they terrible in DC, man. They're terrible.
They
Yeah, you go
terrible
back to
all over.
McDonald's over there in Alabama. I'm gonna see if they got the footage.
What district is that? 4 or 5?
Ward 8. Where they from,
Mm.
Ward 8. That probably touched 7 over there.
I know
Yes, I'm
6. 6 districts is the dirtiest, all the dirtiest.
Why do you say who's the 6th district? Where's that
That's
at?
what I know. Northeast right there. By Benny Road, all that. I call them they take your money, everything. They take everything, your car. They the worst ones, man. They plant stuff on you, all types of stuff, man. They are super dirty.
Benning Road, and you said that's Northeast?
Yep, 6th district. They the worst.
Over there by Nellie Helen Barrel and all that over there?
Yes.
Oh, Kenilworth Avenue. Oh yeah. I can't say nothing good about it. I can't say nothing good.
Yeah, I got into a couple times with them, man. They the worst, man. I'm talking about the worst of the world. But it's okay. They gonna get what's coming to them, because God gonna do it.
Hey.
Man, I'm about to.
Good morning, JoJo, baby.
Good morning, fam. What it is?
What's going on, JoJo?
You okay? You sound dragging too, my man.
Oh no, yeah, I've been up a long time this morning. I've been up for a while.
See, all of us, I told you.
And yeah, I mean, I just took a little smoke break. You know what I mean? So you might be catching the back end of that.
Molly, how can I get everybody on the screen? Is everybody on the screen, Molly?
Molly gone. He was on there.
And do I got everybody on the screen? I'm trying to get everybody on the screen so I can see everybody. I'm in the middle.
Everybody
okay. Because before I couldn't see JoJo, baby. I was like, is everybody on the screen? All right. So when they come in, I can see them on the big screen on my phone. So Joe, you said that you was up since Keanu was up since 5. You was up since 5. Everybody got that Barry White voice, like they just getting ready to get out of bed. Even Molly. Everybody
Yeah,
got
but
that.
the pressure of the universe might be a little heavy today or something. You know, sometimes things like that be going on. We don't even know. You know, you ever had like felt heavy and your head felt heavy, or when the moon changed, you feel different. You feel the change with the moon sometime.
Yeah,
Women usually do a lot, but do you?
yeah, I felt heavy this morning. I couldn't breathe. I felt like somebody was sitting on my chest. And Lee talked to me. She was like, "Oh, is that mildew in your apartment?" She said, "From when the water got waterlogged, it still smelled like, you know, like the carpet wet." And they came and cleaned and treated it, but it still smelled like water to me. And she said,
you got a fan. You got to put a fan on. Put a fan on.
"Yeah, I got a little. Yeah, I got a fan that I keep for rotating the air."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to put that on the carpets, near the carpets when they finish. Keep rotating the air while the carpet drying, so you get that musty smell out of there.
Oh, okay. That's what you do for that.
That helps.
Okay.
It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Yeah.
Because right where it
Who did
like
it? Who did it? Your company? Your apartment complex?
Yeah.
Or they have a pro come out?
They had these people that do the carpet come out. They contracted with us.
Were they any good?
The 2 Latino guys. They was quick. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they don't mess around. A lot of them don't mess around, but you know, you still gotta be good though. You know, I was in that business. I was in that business for a long. I've been in that business. I quit school to do that.
Carpeting.
Carpet and upholstery.
The carpet looks good part. That part does, where because they cut it all up and then they sealed it back, zoop, zoop, zoop. And I was like, wow, that part looks good. And
they replaced some.
Yeah, they replaced the cushion under it. They dried the carpet and replaced that foamy stuff, that little.
Oh, they did right. They replaced the pad. They did you right.
The padded, except for one section, is not drying, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's leaking again.
Put the fan over there. Put the fan over there. Blow it. Get the air circulating over there.
All right. All right, then that's what I have to do. Put the fan over there, let it circulate. Because what I did, I put my little plastic thing over it, but I guess I got to take the plastic off so it can dry.
No, don't do that. That's why it's stinking.
It's not stinking. It smells like mildew.
That's stinking. That's why you got don't put nothing on it. Oh my
goodness. Let it air out.
Yeah. Okay. You gonna messed it up.
Call them, come back and fix this.
You gotta call them and tell them you got a little tart smell still. Tell them to hit it. You got a little tart smell. They might come spray some enzymes down or something to kill that milk.
Whatever they use to spray is strong as hell. I got to get out of my apartment when they spray that. I don't like that. But it's Turn Up Tuesday, y'all. And JoJo baby, if you didn't hear, I was talking yesterday about Zealous, where Atlanta, Maryland, the old kitchen crate used to be. I'll be your hostess with the mostest up there. So I cannot wait till that gets started. We got a workout. We're gonna get shows on Saturday, you know, and I get some of y'all, my comedians, working. And that's what it's all about. Having a place, growing a place where we could come and work out and not work out for free. I mean, work out, throw some shows where we could actually make some dividends. Some dividends, yep. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, we're gonna make some dividends on October the 12th. We're gonna be down in Aberdeen, Maryland, JoJo. Me, you, and Phil tearing it up.
Yeah.
Tearing it up. I might take it off the shelf for you, JoJo. That night, hand it to
me, shawty.
Molly, I ever come back with a little light skinned JoJo baby. You be like, we see where you get that baby from?
Shit. JoJo pullout game beast. She talking about.
No, but you ain't gonna want to pull out this.
You
Because
stupid.
this coochie is outstanding.
You stupid. I don't care how good the coochie is. That thing's still popping out pills. I ain't with it.
Nah, this coochie can't have no more babies. So
All right, well then ain't no problems. Then ain't no problems. Pullout game ain't necessary. But that's what they tell you. That's what they tell you.
Keanu,
That's what they be telling you. That's what the Keanu. That's what they be telling you, don't they? I can't have baby.
Y'all are crazy.
Who be telling you that and not meaning it?
Yeah, that's what they be. A whole bunch of them walking around. Tell them, Keanu, Miley, come on, Miley. Whole bunch of them walking around pregnant, talking about they couldn't get pregnant. Come on now.
Yeah, that's true. Let me tell you, there's a whole bunch of them. And then when that one girl told me she was pregnant, I said, "Girl, I had a condom on. What's wrong with you?"
That's the one that looked like the spider
DC
wolf.
police monitoring multiple areas
smell
across
like bottom
the
of the
city after
river.
mobs burglarized and vandalized multiple
Wait a minute,
businesses
hold
overnight.
up.
Hey, Miley. I mean, hey, Keanu. What about the ones that talk about they can't have none, and then when it's time to when you feel that you get ready to rock off, they grab you by your butt cheeks and hold you up in there and try to tie you wrestling up in that joint. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I said, back off. To let go. You're right. They won't let go.
You fighting. You done messed up your feeling because you fighting trying to get out.
Trying to get out, man. She holding you like she going there.
Stepdaddy.
Good morning, Lee.
Fighting to get out. Joey, don't be telling them our business. You ain't got to hold your butt cheeks. All you got to do is wrap your legs around them tight and suck them in.
Good God.
There it is. Professional spoken words.
Wow.
Okay. I was talking about last night. Molly got the footage for us where when I say this Turn Up Tuesday, it was turned up last night. Molly, go ahead and show the footage, what I'm talking about.
DC police monitoring multiple areas across the city after mobs burglarized and vandalized multiple businesses overnight.
This all started just hours after D.C. police released body cam video of last week's deadly officer-involved shooting. Fox 5 is working to confirm if the two are connected. Fox 5's Maureen Ume is live at City Center this morning with the latest details. Maureen.
Good morning. So this is one of the areas where the mob basically gathered and vandalized and burglarized several stores. Let me step aside. The Gucci store was one store in particular that they targeted. We understand at one point there might have been up to 60 people here. They set tiny fires all around City Center. Again, City Center, just one area that they targeted. But police said there were many more all across the district. We're talking the Georgetown area, the H Street corridor, a store in Logan Circle, and a store north of Columbia Heights. DC police say they immediately responded and have increased their resources in these impacted areas. Right now, they say they're investigating 6 burglaries and 6 destruction of property offenses in those areas. So far right now, 5 people have been arrested and charged with various crimes, including burglary and fleeing from law enforcement. Now, as a result of these incidents, MPD is going to continue to maintain an increased police presence throughout the city. But bringing you back out here live to City Center area. Excuse me, it's a City Center area. This is where, again, one of the areas where this mob attacked and basically tried to vandalize and burglarize areas. Streets were blocked off for quite some time, but just about a couple of minutes ago, police started reopening the street to traffic, both foot traffic and car traffic. And right now, things seem to be turning to normal. But again, there are a few police cars here on the scene maintaining their presence as a deterrent to whatever might happen. You mentioned off the top that this happened soon after that body camera video was released. Again, we have not been able to independently verify if the two were connected at all. There was some concern that protesters were down here as a result, and then it led to this mob. We have not confirmed that. We're working with police to see if we can get any more detail on that. For right now, they're just saying it was a mob of people. They came to this area and others throughout the city to burglarize and vandalize. They have things pretty much under control right now, but they are asking for information. If you know anything about these burglaries and these vandalism cases, please call police with that information. For now, I'll send it back to you as we work to get more details.
All right, Maureen.
Keani.
Yes.
You up late to 5 in the morning. What, you got Gucci watches and shoes on? You got Gucci?
You know, I've been having a good time, Reese. You know that. You know I'm living like the rappers. slash
That's what I
congressman.
see. You draped in all the Gucci. They say, look, Yardy, you go on the Gucci wear. Don't go outside with your Gucci on, baby.
Well, let me tell you, I'm looking for all them people. They selling that stuff. Where are they at? We ready to
Hey,
buy
they
this
out
stuff.
there.
Where are they?
I'm about to say, boy. Hey, boy, that's it's good down Alabama Avenue and down around out there. Shoot, they probably out there. Reese, they probably out Suitland. They probably out there with them. They hitting them burbs.
What y'all say about that man that got the cart that be selling everything? What y'all say that? What's that guy name? Y'all say he got a radio on the cart. He be selling everything. He be rolling through the hood. Whatever you need, he got on the shopping cart. Y'all don't know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't know him.
Yeah, I don't know him. I don't know him. I gotta find him.
They say he be selling detergent, everything.
Prices going up. People acting a fool out here. Police too, though. I mean, you know, ain't nothing changing. It's all the same. You know,
they said 60 people gathered. How did they know how many people gathered?
Because they got cameras.
If they got cameras when they saw the people gathering, why didn't they stop before? They let this stuff happen. They sit back and watched it get vandalized. Six stores, six fires,
you can't jump in the middle of that with no resources. You don't just have 4 or 5 officers running around swinging their batons and chasing 60 people. You have to pull back and regroup and get your stuff together before you make your move. I've seen it 100 times. I was down Virginia Beach.
But why didn't 60 people, right? So they got enough police officers on the force to go and like do a barricade around the 60 people, like come out and get them things that they had, they shield and go around.
I doubt that. No. I mean, you have to call in for help. They have to call in for help when they're doing all that. They begging for police around the country.
LA Josh Preston, come on the set. LA, can you come on this morning?
I was down Virginia. I was down Virginia Beach in the 80s, and when them riots kicked off, and them police, they laid back, they sat back, they regroup, they get their stuff together, then they make their move.
But that's what they do. They let 60 stores. The Gucci store was on fleek. The Gucci, Lululemon. What's all them other stores? Where is City? What's that? Central City. Where is that at? That they talking about? You know where the place they talking about? And they said it was even at Georgetown.
So how you expect them to respond to that? Plus, you know, that's just, hey, look. That's opportunity crimes. That's all that is. They just hitting a whole bunch of areas knowing that they don't have the resources to run from spot to spot. You can't have the officers sitting over here and then you up in Georgetown hitting them again.
That was smart. If they're going to go out mobbing, if you're going to mob the right way. That's all I'm saying. They was doing it. Out of 60 people, only 5 people got caught. I'm not telling people, I'm not enforcing mobbing because that does nothing to our community but destroy it and tear it down. That's why we don't have stuff in our community.
We ain't got no Gucci in our community anyway.
Stop biting on stuff.
We ain't got no Gucci in our community anyway. They don't put no Gucci stores in our community. We don't even get a Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? So shit.
But if we tear down what we do have, what little bit we do have, people coming in, tearing it down, vandalizing, they're not going to put it in our city. And they ain't going to care if we tear our stuff up or not. You know how your mama, you got to rack your kids, so you know, and your mama say, here, these are your toys. And if you tear your toys up, you won't have no more toys. That's like it. That's what our government.
Yeah, but they didn't hit their neighborhoods. They were hitting the high end areas. It looked like to me.
Where is Central
Ain't
City?
None of them living in Georgetown.
Where's Central Mall at? Molly,
I mean, it's a Gucci. If a Gucci there, then it ain't the hood. Trust me.
Maybe it's not a real Gucci. It could be Guccini's. Maybe where in Central Mall at?
That's
What
how
up,
uppity
Kenna?
DC is. That's how uppity DC is now. You don't even know the area no more. It's probably on Florida Avenue where it used to be Reddy's all up and down the street.
Good morning,
LA.
Stepdaddy Lee. Molly Mall. Where
Yo,
is
yo.
Central City they talking about? Where's that at?
So they talking about what?
Where is that at? Central Mall? What they called it? What was that? Where they started out with the mob of 60 people at?
You said they started with a mob of 60 people.
Molly, the clip we just saw.
Oh shit, I don't know where they was in DC somewhere. It ain't nowhere near Southeast. You know, we ain't got those type of stores, Gucci, and if we had
Just
them,
was telling her that.
that can afford them. They normally put them stores places that people can actually afford them. So that was uptown or somewhere where the white people live.
Molly, we don't even, that's what I told her. We can't even get a Starbucks. You heard?
Yeah, Walmart. We ain't got no Walmart. You got to travel to get to these places, you know, because they know in our area things tend to go missing in those types.
It was never there wasn't no Walmarts in DC until they gentrified it, right? Shit.
Until they
this might be the reason why they was out there. Man, they was riding everywhere. It wasn't just there; they was everywhere, and it's probably because this police killed the kid from around Ward 8. You know, that don't mean they gonna terrorize Ward 8. They gonna go throughout the whole city.
Saying they had 60 people. Where was the 60 people gathered at?
I don't know.
They weren't gathered. They was running in the stores. They said at one point, Reese, 60 people was in the store. I think that's what she said.
Dang.
Not like they just not. I don't think they moving like a group of 60 just all together like a army or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they rolling like that.
Because that would be free. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was. That's what I was doing. I was like, how
I don't think they roll. I think just at the time, you know, at one point up to 60, you know, like it's like flies. Once one fly get that smell that dookie duke, that a whole bunch of them start coming. You know what I'm saying? So
running in there, getting
people just random, even shoot randoms.
Wow. And then they even took it to Georgetown. They said they did say 6 shops and 6 fires was burning. So
they saying fast. They don't like that. They riding. You know, they feel like justice wasn't served.
Yeah, well.
And in that case, in that boy's case, it wasn't because they didn't have to do what they did, right? When he said he was just asleep.
I got the video whenever y'all want to play it.
Yeah, let's look at it. Good morning, Phil Page.
What up,
Phil?
Big Fiznil.
What's up, bro? What's good with you?
Turn up Tuesday.
Kenna said y'all should let me in on. I got
that. Molly, just send him the link. Kenna, what you mean?
All you gotta do is say send me the link, Kenny. You know that. I'm gonna play this clip, y'all. Then about time this over. Kenny, you should be in here.
You know, you talking stuff like Kenny up in that Kenny. Wait, shit. Let me get my paper
on the release of that body camera video of the officer-involved shooting of Justin Robinson. Robinson was shot and killed last week following a minor crash in the parking lot of a McDonald's in Southeast.
His family initially blocked the release of the body camera video, but then changed their minds yesterday. Melanie, this morning, back there live with the latest for us. Morning, Mel.
Yeah, hey, just playing off of some of what you heard from Maureen there. We just wanted to show you across Marionberry Avenue here in Southeast. We do see police with lights there, very visible, stationed across the parking lot from the McDonald's here. And this McDonald's is, of course, where we did see some vandalism after initially that shooting happened. And now with the release of the body-worn camera video, we're getting a little bit more information. One of the things we learned in that community briefing is that the driver's window was partially rolled down, and it was through that partial opening that a police officer did point their service weapon. And of course, that officer's actions will be part of the investigation. We want to let you know that this video can be difficult to watch.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Sir, don't touch the gun!
Now, seconds later, 11 rounds were fired. This happened a little after 5:30 a.m. Sunday, September 1st, after a call came in for a minor crash in the McDonald's drive-thru on Marionberry Avenue in Southeast. The driver was unresponsive for 10 minutes with a gun in his lap, then started to wake up. The video also includes the conversations that officers were having during those 10 minutes, discussing strategies for disarming the sleeping man, and a slow motion sequence where the police department has highlighted the gun that was said to be in Justin Robinson's possession as he grabbed the officer's gun with his right hand. Here in still frames, you can see a closer shot of that. One of the many questions being asked is whether this situation could have been resolved differently. Chief Smith said she will take a look at protocol.
I cannot get into the thought process of the officer. I mean, I think you stated it yourself, how dangerous these situations can be from time to time. And what I would like to be able to do is wait for the results of the investigation to come back in order to determine what the next steps will be.
Chief Smith's office later said Justin Robinson was part of a violence interruption program, but also a convicted felon who could not legally possess a firearm. Robinson's family is pressing for full transparency during the investigation. There are 2 internal investigations going on and then 1 external, an independent investigation being done by the U.S. Attorney's Office. No timeline yet on when that will be released. If you want to see the full video, you can check out our website, fox5dc.com.
Wow. You know, why do we put ourselves in situations like that? That's all I want to know. Knowing that cops don't like you, they don't like you no way. Well, why I wouldn't do nothing if I knew somebody didn't like me. I wouldn't poke the bear. I wouldn't do nothing to create a possible environment for something like that to even happen. Because you know you get caught sleeping, and he literally got caught sleeping because you with the gun in your lap, could have been knocked out from the crash or whatever. That and the police is called. That's Reynolds. That's a wrap.
Oh, that's hot. He definitely hot. That was Jive Hot sitting in the parking lot falling asleep with the Tulio on the lap. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. Now, as far as the way the police handled it, I mean, there's no way they have to kill a dude that's sitting in a car that you got surrounded. You know what I mean? It just might take more time. They don't have, you know, I'm just saying that I believe they could have done another process that wouldn't have been all that type of, I mean, you can wait him out. What are you going to do? Like, you got all the position, you got all the advantage. You can wait him out before you go in there trying to strong arm a guy, you know, that has a pistol on his lap. That's just my opinion.
Does anybody else want to comment on the video that we just saw?
No, what JoJo said was right. That dude was hot, but you know, DC is the last place you want to get caught with a pistol. Good, right, or indifferent, because their pistol laws are so fucked up. So he was already wrong, and if he was a convicted felon that shouldn't have had a gun, you know, he was in violation already. But shooting his ass was wrong too. You know, I remember that joke that happened in Alexandria. That chick had the gun in her car with the other, you know, they sat out there for almost a day trying to talk her down.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm playing devil's advocate. Why is it? Why is the problem that us people of color, us of indigenous hue, brown, black, what is wrong with us carrying lawful, licensed, certified, trained firearms? My godmother, she owns a range. She trains. She licenses. She puts people through that. She puts people through the training, makes sure that they, get the knowledge, the understanding of what it's like to operate a firearm and things of such. That is our constitutional right, that we have the ability to carry firearms. But when it comes to us, people of color, it's like it's a problem. But the people on the other side of the fence, you know what they do? They train their kids. They train their kids at 5 years of age. They train them. They take them down to the gun range. They take them out. They show them how to, shoot. Even when it comes down to hunting. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm playing devil's advocate because I don't see a problem with it. And how do we know? Because y'all got to remember, media, main distraction in America. So media is painting this narrative and this picture to get us to see ourselves, our brothers and sisters, as public enemy number one.
Kenny, I don't think that was the case in this. I have a license to carry a gun. When not to carry, I got to go back and get my concealed carry. But I went to the gun range, got my license to shoot and everything. I can show you the certificate. This was a convicted felon. Felons are not supposed to have guns. So if you know you're a felon, why are you walking around with a gun? They ain't even going to give you a license to get one. You're not going to be able to go to your godmother's range if you're a felon to get no gun. You ain't going to be able to take that class, that training if you're a felon to get no gun, Kenny.
And the point, like with the police being called, I don't. That's not the problem. The white girl, whoever you were talking about in Alexandria or whatever, went through that. They was called on her too for laying there with the pistol. I'm saying you're gonna get somebody gonna call the police on you if they see you sitting in the car with a pistol. That's just what it is. Maybe not in Texas, maybe not in Florida.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? But anywhere else, you sitting in your car and somebody see you with a pistol, there's gonna be some officers coming soon. And so the part about them being called and all that, I understand all that. And he probably, no disrespect, but the life he would have lived just being caught with that pistol, he might be happier with God. You heard me? Because he would have just been in that thing forever.
Are y'all aware that he was a gun violence interrupter, though?
I know, but you can't carry a pistol if that's the laws. I don't agree with it, but you can't advocate and break the law at the same time. Well, you can, but he still was breaking law. You can't have a pistol. You can advocate, but you can't carry a pistol.
You have a gun, it's 5 years straight off the bat, and another 5 years for every bullet. So let me tell you,
wait a minute. You might as well chalk that, make that a little bit more, because he was a convicted felon already. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you can add some more to that.
I heard you say if you're sitting in a car with a gun in your hand and you best in your lap, the police is coming. You can be just sitting in your car, period, too long, and someone see you and the police is coming. You can just be sitting in your car with your dick in your hand and somebody's going to call the police. So, I mean, if you're of color, but also, I mean, we tend to get in trouble just by existing, like walking down the damn street.
He didn't get in trouble just by existing. He got in trouble because he was hot. He was doing something that he was not supposed to be doing.
What did he do? I didn't see the video.
He was a felon that fell asleep with a gun in his lap. That's okay. That tells the story.
So what did he do wrong?
He's a convicted felon with a gun in his lap.
You can't have a.
You
can't have a gun showing. You can't show. Even in some of these like I think Texas, you might know, Phil, you was just there. You can carry your shotgun out, but you walk down the street, but you gotta have your gun gotta be concealed. You can't walk.
Texas, Florida, and South Carolina, you can carry it on your side just like a cowboy.
Yep. And Oklahoma. Open carry. Virginia too is an open carry.
But
Now,
so
when he was
anywhere,
waking up,
so
he
anywhere
grabbed
else,
the
if a
gun.
gun, so anywhere else, if a gun is out, you wrong anyway.
You're
Period.
wrong.
Even if you got a license for it, you still
Just like
wrong.
concealed carry don't mean you can have it showing.
Right.
Concealed carry means you can have it, but you cannot have it showing.
Concealed part. Say that.
Yeah, but if you got an open carry, you can if you got an open carry, you can show it.
You got to be on an open
If you
carry
got
state.
concealed.
Kenny, why you got your mic muted, Kenny? What is Kenny saying?
Oh no, his mic is muted.
Nah,
What you saying, Kenny?
nah. I'm purposely playing devil's advocate because, okay, say he's a convicted felon, because I don't know that to be true. I'm just, like I told you, I'm playing totally devil's advocate because it's just, given the nature of, what's happening in Southeast. It's a jungle out there. You know what I'm saying? And people gotta do what they gotta do, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do to maintain and survive. In my view, the police shouldn't have. They did too much. They did too much. They did too much because at the end of the day, a life cannot be replaced. There's other ways that they could have diffused the situation.
I think the first shot was the scared shot because they said that the officer had his weapon drawn and the little crack in the window and the guy grabbed the gun. I mean, grabbed not his gun, but whatever gun. I think
if that dude grabbed the gun, if he went for that gun, it's over.
That's what it was. When he grabbed the gun, 11 shots rung out. 11.
Still, the way they approached the whole situation was just off. It was just off. Like, you got to think about it. He's asleep. You get what I'm saying? He's asleep, and he's hearing this commotion. You get what I'm saying? Anybody in their right mind is gonna go into a fight or flight situation. You get what I'm saying? And
Molly, can we see that video again for the ones who didn't see it? Because the video shows the police body cam of what happened. Can we play that back? Good morning, Miss Brenda Brown.
It is hard to watch, but tonight we're getting our first look at the body camera footage worn by police officers involved in the shooting that left a 26-year-old man dead.
Well, the family of Justin Robinson initially declined for that video to be made public, but they changed their mind. Fox 5's Nana Senior Bonsu outside police headquarters tonight with the very latest. Nana.
Guys, the family of Justin Robinson, they changed their mind this past Saturday. They say they want the public to see the moment their son was shot and killed by 2 D.C. police officers who are now on administrative leave. Now, initially, the family's concern was that parts of this body camera footage would be redacted or edited out. But Chief Pamela Smith made clear tonight that they only redact certain parts by law. So this is faces of EMS fire personnel, bystanders, and witnesses. It's important to note that what you're about to watch or hear may be disturbing for some. This is video of a D.C. police officer responding to the McDonald's on Marion Barry Avenue on Sunday, September 1st, after a call came in about a crash around 5:30 in the morning.
The back window's down. I could reach in and unlock the door.
Police say the man in the car, Justin Robinson, was unconscious with a gun in his lap. An officer called for backup. They cleared the area of the drive-thru and then used their patrol cruisers to box in the car Justin Robinson was inside of. Chief Pamela Smith says as officers, including a supervisor who was on the scene, were strategizing how to respond, they noticed movement in the car.
Oh, we got movement.
Officers approached the driver's side of Robinson's white sedan.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Son, don't touch the gun!
And seconds later, 11 rounds were fired. 10 rounds from one officer and a single one from the second. In a different angle from the passenger side, you can see the shooting in slow motion.
The officer has his weapon in the window. of the driver's side of the vehicle. The individual reaches up, he's grabbing the officer's weapon, and what you will see is there is an exchange of words, and the officer disengages, discharges his firearm, and what you will see is the individual's firearm that is dropped from his left hand onto his lap.
Robinson died on the scene. Since the shooting, the community, including members of Robinson's family, have been calling for justice, transparency, and questioning police use of force.
They came as if he had already committed a crime.
Chief Smith says any life lost is a tragedy. When asked if she thought if the shooting was justified, she says,
what I would like to be able to do is wait for the results of the investigation to come back in order to determine what the next steps will be.
Now, this case is being independently investigated by the United States Attorney's Office. And once that investigation is complete, MPD's
Now, I like her last response versus saying it was justified. I like that. She didn't say he was guilty, period. Yeah.
I think excessive force was used. Yes, excessive force was used, but that young man created that environment. On one hand, he got a gun. He's a convicted felon, and you shouldn't have had a gun, period. If you wasn't putting yourself up, you wouldn't have set yourself up for all of that stuff to happen. That's number one. And then when he might have been a little discombobulated. That's probably why he was grabbing for the gun and had the officer gun in one hand and his gun in his right hand. He just probably didn't know what was going on. Exactly. We don't know, what he was coming out of or why he had the gun from the beginning. Maybe somebody was after him, right? Because that's usually the case, that people get after you and then you get shot up like that. That's why you have the gun to protect yourself from the beginning.
See, and the danger to that is Trump gonna have the damn nuke code to convict a felon. He gonna have the whole world nuke codes, and that's some bullshit.
Huh? What did that Trump got to do with this? Explain.
He's a convicted felon with the nuke codes. You got a convicted felon with a gun in his lap.
As a convicted felon with all the nuclear codes for war.
Yeah.
I don't see how
that
Trump
ain't got nothing to do with this.
Not at all. Somehow it's always come up.
He's a felon.
He already been the president for 4 years. He ain't do shit with them codes yet.
Why do you got to get defensive?
Why'd you bring Trump up into this? Stop it.
Trump blamed for anything.
We ain't talking about Trump and Kamala right now. We're talking about
Democrats is in office and more police shootings is happening. Anytime Democrats
I'm talking about a felon
office,
with a gun.
these happen, and y'all
You're
blame.
talking about a felon with a gun.
A felon with a gun.
Who is the
They
president?
ain't shooting for that particular felon like that.
I'm just saying a felon with a weapon, period. He shouldn't have a gun.
There's a lot of felons out here.
Oh Lord, why is everybody?
It's a difference. You know why? How many felons are out there protected? How many felons out there working for the damn government? How many felons are out there? Trump is a separate entity, and it's we're talking about something that's affecting our people. We don't care about Trump.
I'm saying there's a few felons. There's a few. They do have felons back to work program. They used to. They stopped it. There's felons
for a felon to have a gun. We know that. That's the point we're trying to get. It's illegal for any felon to have a gun. I'm saying, why do our people put ourselves in this situation? Kenny, help me out here. Why do our people put ourselves in situations so they can gun us down like a dog? You know that
Let me say this. Let me say this, because I understand both realms, right? I understand both realms. We're in a day and age right now where people, life has a way of lifing with individuals, right? And the truth of the matter is, you don't always necessarily put yourself in the limelight of, bringing that attention to yourself, because, either way, through media, main distraction in America, when we hear certain things, we automatically just generalize and come to uh, 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 a generalization of the fact that he's wrong. He's wrong. You know what I'm saying? He could have been licensed, and I can promise you at the fact that the narrative still would have been, oh well, he shouldn't have had a gun. He shouldn't have been in there. He should have did this, or he should have did that, or he should have did this. He should have did that, and he should have did this, and he should have did that. The main thing that I look at this whole situation, whether if he was a convicted felon or not, is we're losing lives. It's a war on the black man. Period.
There was black cop. Now let me play devil advocate on you, Kenny. That you heard the officer say, "Don't move, don't touch the gun, don't touch the gun," and the gun dropped. You saw it in the video. So we're not saying that he didn't move. He moved, and he had the gun in his hand, and he dropped it. But what if on the other side he would have shot one of those officers? Life is a life. A life was going on both sides. A life they didn't need 11 rounds to fire in that man's car.
Reese, you're not playing devil advocate. You absolutely right. Because I'm gonna tell you, when a gun is involved, you know what I do. I fight against gun violence. So I know when a gun is involved, I know how fast shit can go wrong. Okay, regardless for the cop or for that guy. You grab my gun, we're gonna get shot. It's as simple as that. So, we ain't playing that. I mean, I'm sorry the dude is dead, but shit is what it is. I mean, and I know that area. That's the Wild Wild West over there. So
right down the street. It's right down the street from me.
But I did want to comment on the burglary incident, because it's a lot of stuff we're not paying attention to. Again, media, main distraction in America. And I want to bring the awareness to the fact that we as a people, as a society, we do a lot of responding instead of applying preventative methods. We don't prevent a lot of stuff. We don't look at the bigger picture. We don't look at the cause, the effect. And if you don't look at the cause and the effect of a thing, you'll never get to the root. Okay.
Right.
There's been a meet and greet of chiefs between Maryland, DC, Virginia, New York, Philly, a couple of interstate that met. Okay, it's a lot of things that's going on right now.
Yep, the DMV.
Within the economic suppression.
Right.
Now we can sit here right now and say, "Oh, well, what does money got to do?" It's got a lot to do with it. We are faced right now with the DC circulator. 200 employees. The contract has been terminated. We're talking about employees that had 18 years in the game of getting people back and forth to work, getting them, connecting them to their destination. We're talking right now in Maryland, in PG County, 800 furloughed individuals. So y'all do realize what's around the corner, right? The holidays.
They do this every year around the holidays, between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
But no, I'm looking at I'm talking specifically the economic this economic distress as far as the people. It's a lot of parents, grandfathers, a lot of moms and dads that will not be able to get these youth things for their birthday, the holidays. that are coming up. So we sit back and the crime and this and that and things like that. But while we're all on Donald Trump and Kamala and everything else, we're not looking at the whole grand scheme of things. This is an incident right here. I fight, Philip. I'm right there with you. I fight gun violence. I fight gun violence across the whole entire DMV region. Been out Gulf Springs, Virginia. They just had a 20-round vehicle to a guy that was 19 years of age. 20 rounds to the vehicle. The worst thing that I ever seen in my whole 14 years of doing community advocacy. Worst thing that I could ever see. But everything, even in our professional development, we don't have emotional, intelligent training because everything is being responded off of an emotional impulse. We're
Okay,
emotionally.
I'm gonna interject right here because Good morning, first of all. First of all, let's stop banging on the media, okay? Because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't see or hear or know half of the shit that's going on. It's your response to what they're telling you. If you don't believe them, regardless to whether if you believe them or not, do your homework to swing your pendulum each way. Each one of us here on this show is media. If you have a show online, you're considered media. Okay, so don't go flapping at the media. They're just telling you the part that they know. It's up to you to decide if you want to believe them or not. Okay, but don't just keep on harping on them and saying, well, they're just telling you what they want you to know or whatever. Regardless of what they're telling you, you wouldn't know about this stuff if the media didn't exist. So don't keep harping on them. They're out there doing dangerous jobs to bring you stories so that you can have a podcast for you to talk about or so that you can know which way that you want to go. Media is very, very, very important and it's a dangerous job.
I don't know what y'all were talking about, but I was something else for a long time before I was a damn comedian. And trust me, I know what the fuck I'm talking about for the most part. So I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know and experience. So it is what it is. My credentials speak for themselves. So,
and again, whichever pendulum you swing in, that's great for you. What I'm saying is don't keep harping on the media because they're the reason that you know anything to outside of your world, outside of where you live. They're the reason why you know things to be able to talk about, to be able to discuss. Just moderate the way you feel about what they're telling you, not that they're telling you.
Good morning. Somebody else is here that
Good
I don't.
morning, Cynthia.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Who is Cynthia?
I performed with you at the barbershop show.
Oh, Cynthia, come
that's Miss Kamala.
You know, I can't see too good. Y'all got to let me, you know, it's Cynthia. Okay. Yeah.
Surprise.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to be with you all.
It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
I know she looked familiar, but I was like,
that's
I
my
don't know whose side of the fence she on, but I worked with her picture on the flyer long enough. I knew she looked familiar. I just couldn't place it. But yeah. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. It's good to hear your voice, Brenda.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know if you're too much aware of the story that's going on about last night about the young guy that got shot and the verdict was coming down and then they were rioting last night in different locations and just cutting up, and we were talking about gun violence and the police using excessive force, Was it necessary? May not be necessary. And then Brenda and Kenneth Clark was discussing or debating media usage. That's where we are now. They're in the middle of their discussion about media. Kenny, did you want to add anything else to what Brenda said about the media?
No, I'm my main thing into this, even not even just into what I was saying about as far as media, but even in relation to the crimes that we're seeing. A lot of us, all I'm saying is that yeah, we do need to do our due diligence as far as doing our part and not just solely relying on the media, but actually getting involved with becoming the change that we all want to see into. If we when media puts things out there about crimes and stuff, we do need to become active beyond just the media. And it's not necessarily saying that I'm saying anything negative, but a lot of us, we just rely on the media and things to just give us the information. And all of us have, and I'm in agreement with you, Miss Brenda, about as far as like all of us have, we all do media. I'm black press specifically. I just got my plaque and my certification from the actual National Press Association because of the work that I actually do for the community. I just think that we've got to stop just responding to the sensationalism and not just move off of emotional impulse. You know what I'm saying? And really, because that's the thing, 80% of our shootings, when it comes to gun violence being involved, it is based off of the lack of emotional intelligence, because we respond emotionally. We don't think through. We make a permanent decision that has impacted somebody's life off of an emotional impulse. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, make sure that we're not being moved emotionally off of media, that we lose the focus in the bigger picture when it comes about creating change. Because a lot of us are emotionally driven when it does come to media. I'm not saying nothing negative. That's just truth. It just is what it is. It's certain words that they use. It's certain things that the stories and how they promote is to galvanize our attention, to get us like, oh, just listen at the headlines. Just listen how they post stuff. Black man at this, black man this, or white woman this, or or this and that. Those are all things to galvanize our attention. To be like, oh, I gotta see this. You get what I'm saying? And so that's just pretty much all that I'm saying is that we gotta look at the bigger picture of things. And I'll shut up.
Molly answered both of those sentiments in the comments. He put up one that said, stop listening to the sheep. I think that's one of the things. Just because someone tells you something, people act emotionally, not only to the media, they react emotionally to each other. Althea can tell me something and I can be emotionally reactive about it. It's not just the media. It's you yourself personally. I want everybody to take the challenge and start regulating your own feelings about things that are told to you. Don't blame the person that's telling you. They're just telling you what they know. Use your own person to decide which way you want to go or how you want to think about it. And if you need more information, Google has a plethora of stuff. Hell, you can even use AI to make up stuff. Okay. So just to make your own self feel better. But please don't keep blaming the media for this. And as far as this video you were showing out there, I think I'm with you. He created the situation. Why is he sitting in the car in the drive-thru with the gun on his lap? Where did he just come from? That he needs to be hiding out,
Like you
sleep.
said, you gotta get more information. That's the thing. A lot of y'all get information from the news. I know these people. I know the people. I know the people that live around. I
then
know
fill
what
in the
happened.
blanks,
Ain't no
Molly.
what
That's
the
what I
news
just
tell you.
said, Molly.
That's
That's
the
what I
thing, though.
just
People
said.
tend to
Fill in
go
the
with the
blanks.
news tell them. I done seen people get killed and all types of shit. And the news say something totally different that I know personally. Say this man was a criminal. I done watched my brother get put out the draft. They say he's a drug dealer and a gangster, and he never smoked or drink. They said he was a drinker, smoke. So the media is fake. They tell the truth sometimes, but they tell lies, so you don't know what to believe. To have somebody on here that's older than us that say that the media like always tell the truth. You should listen to media, never bash the media. That don't even make sense. Even Malcolm X, Martin Luther King even came out and said the media is bullshit. What they telling us is lies. It's not our real history. And you telling us to still believe the people who've been
No,
lying
I'm
to us,
telling
beating on
you
us,
to make
killing
your
us
own
over and
decision
over. This
about what
boy
you do.
crashed his car. That's the part. Y'all like he just parked at McDonald's and was just chilling. No, he crashed at McDonald's, meaning he was unconscious. Anybody that crashed their car, they just gonna get out and be conscious and can talk. So obviously he was gaining conscious back. They said it in the video. When he was gaining conscious, they tried to talk to him. He still ain't gained his conscious. So he gained his conscience. Somebody got a gun in his face. Imagine he was getting chased and somebody was trying to hurt him. And that's where he was running from, and then crash. And the next thing you see a gun in your face, you might think them the people who was chasing you. So at the end of the day, it's just like people take what the news say instead of actually
Well,
listening
that's
to
what
people out
I'm
there
saying.
marching and promoting.
What
They
I'm
out there with
saying.
signs in front of that police. They saying what happened. He been out here
No
marching for the
one is saying
community.
whether he deserved it or not or whatever. What I'm telling people to do is make your own decisions. Trust the media to bring you what they know, and then you take it from there. That's what
See,
I'm
that's
saying.
none of this has any solution, Molly. We need to have a different approach. They need to be trained for real. Like the police need to be paid. They need to be trained. They need to have something to lose for real. Like not these little jobs that they're
That's
still
what's
struggling to
wrong,
stay above water.
Jojo. How can we keep saying people need to be trained a certain way when we not the one that they are trained the way they supposed to be? We keep assuming they supposed to be these certain cops.
No, I'm saying
they are
that I'm
trained to
saying they
do
need to
exactly what
be.
they've been doing. They've been doing it for decades.
All
So
right,
obviously
Molly,
this
check
is
me
what
out.
they
That's what I'm
trained to
saying.
do.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. So we're putting the point to, like, trying to make the reasoning in between of what kind of cop you get. You know what I mean? Do you get one that can hold his emotions or one that can't? You know, because they're the ones that are supposed to be the ones that can de-escalate the moment. They're not the ones that are supposed to be antagonizing the moment, and they're not supposed to be.
I want to ask you and Molly a question, and it's just why was this young man with a gun? Why was this young man?
That doesn't matter why though. For
I
me,
can tell you why. I can tell you why.
let Molly talk. Molly closer to it. Let
I
Molly
can
talk.
tell you why. Like where we come from, you even get caught with one or without one. You rather
Yeah.
go to jail than actually get caught without a gun. If somebody trying to take your life, no matter if you got it on parole, they say you don't supposed to have a gun. People are trying to shoot and kill me. Even if I changed my life, he out there giving back to the community. He marching for the kids and all that. But at the end of the day, he got a history. He got a past. And his past can always catch up with him. So at any time, I want to be prepared. It ain't no fear that everybody else get to ride around with a gun because they ain't catch a teenage charge or an early gun charge when you ain't know no better. It ain't like he had an attempt murder or he shot at somebody.
Yeah, okay,
No,
but
he just had a
the
charge. So he
see,
can't
I
carry
don't.
a gun.
That's not where my point is being made at, Marlene. I'm not going against anything that you're saying or anybody on the panel. I'm just trying to make this point very clear that there's no way that 7 or 8 officers around a car with whatever the situation is going on. He crashed. He was asleep. He was high. I don't care. If you got that many officers on site and you can't pull back or get into this without shooting somebody, there's something wrong with the system. If you can't get this guy out of a car, but unless he come out blazing, there should be no reason. Like you said, they didn't do the girl. They waited 2 hours trying to get the girl in Virginia out the car. So y'all say, I'm not up on the story. I'm just going by what we talked about today. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It just needs to be a better process, a better understanding, a better relations with the police officers. Forget the people in the community, the police officers, because they're the ones that are taking these jobs. They're the ones that are out there. So they the ones that need to know how to tone a situation down, or to get this situation solved without killing somebody. One person against 8, with or without a gun.
They said
And
that he
here's
was unconscious for 10 minutes. When they saw him unconscious, why didn't they give him medical attention? If you unconscious, I mean, what if he
if he was unconscious for 10 minutes and you couldn't get in the car and get the gun before he came conscious, then like you're gonna wait till he wake up to kill him? You know what I mean? Like,
but how did they know that he didn't need medical attention? 10 minutes could save a life.
They wouldn't touch that dude until they got that gun secured. I'm gonna let you know that right now. They wasn't.
but still, Phil. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there has to be.
From the crash.
Cynthia would like to say something. She's been trying for like she's newcomer, so she don't know to just jump in.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Cynthia.
No. I mean, I actually.
We don't raise our hand. We just jump in.
The lady wasn't trying to say nothing.
Actually, she was.
Lay down, girl.
Busy running your mouth.
So
you was busy talking.
Yeah. So
We was all talking.
So here's the thing. I was not aware of this story. I mean, the first thing that kind of comes to my mind as I think about the media is I think about kind of like the actual media versus folks who are kind of just in it for entertainment purposes. Like, I don't count Fox News as the media. They're an entertainment outlet. I also kind of think about, misinformation and disinformation. With misinformation just being legit mistakes. Misinformation is information that's wrong, but there are mistakes. But then there's disinformation, which is actually intentional. So I'm trying to really kind of navigate what I'm hearing to process and understand. Are we talking about real news? Somebody said fake news, mistakes, intentional disinformation. So just trying to take everything in.
Well,
Molly ain't telling you a lie when he said that the media will lie, and we all, I have, and Molly said he had a direct situation, but with situations where what happened and then you see it on the news and be like, what?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
I would also say though, there are intentional lies, and it's not any better, but then there's also just bias. And I mean, we know as Black folks, the world is biased against us.
Yeah, I get that. I was a kind of the fire starter for it, and because the reason why I'm the fire starter for it is because of someone that's being, pressed. There are things that are certain news outlets are politically driven, so they're driven to fit the agenda of a certain entity that they're trying to promote, and then the media is doing that. If they're getting paid specifically, or they're getting sponsored, they're going to put certain things on the media specifically to fit the agenda, to tell their story, but not the story. See, there's two different things. I took English. There is the story, and then there is their story. And unfortunately, we have media that tells predominantly their story instead of the story. The one thing that we lack in just as an overall in society, no matter what your profession is, we lack critical thinking. Critical thinking is an entity. We don't know how to compare, how to contrast. We don't even do public debates. When I went to college, this is when I went to college. These were the skill sets. You couldn't just say, "Hey, this is this." You had to say, "This is this," and then you had to prove with your supporting details based off of your research. I'm old school. I'm the kind of cat that you get the library card, you go talk to the librarian, and she looking at index, and she pulling out the encyclopedia, she pulling out the almanac, you pulling out all these different things, so that way when you make an argument, you're not just making a story, but you're providing the actual concrete evidence. And I'm hard on media, because I'm glad Molly said it. I was I'll be the one to say that I was antagonizing specifically because I see things all of the time, and surrounding this story right here, it's things I knew. See, I'm not one of the ones I didn't just get into media and say, oh, well, I'm going to get into media because I just want something to do. I could care less. I got into media to be able to see what's actually going on, what's happening, what's going on, what's happening. We don't look at the who, what, when, where, how, and why. Those are the first things they teach you in English. Who, what, when, where, how, who. Past tense, pretense, all those things. And so did I push the little fire to say, hey, we can't necessarily always depend on media? Yeah, we can't. I'm in media, and I have media rules that are in media, and they do a fine job. But they say this in the professional development class that I took. Every system, whether if it's comedian, entertainment, production, nonprofit, whatever it is, it deserves to be critical feedback. Should be given after every 30 to 90 day process. Why? So that you can know what your strengths are, where you can make room for improvement, and then how you can take your product and be proficient. And I meant exactly what I said about we are emotionally driven. I do gun violence intervention. I do it. I've gotten between a bullet. I've broken up fights. We respond emotionally off of impulse. We don't have critical thinking. If you have critical thinking, you know.
May I ask who we are? We talking about the officers? Are we talking about the people in the? Are we just talking about as a whole, as everybody?
As a whole, as a everybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As a whole, like we should hold on. Kenny, you was being rough. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't just even to say, hold on, let me breathe, let me woosah, you know what I'm saying? We just the rah-rah, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So in this point right here, I'm going to remove myself from the we don't have critical thinking. I'm going to say social or groups don't have it, but Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child, I pride myself on my critical thinking, or else I wouldn't have taken an hour and a half to have a court case about something that didn't even have anything to do with me, but I wanted it straightened out, and I wanted everybody to come out of it, knowing all the details. Okay, so I'm going to remove myself just like anybody in a dangerous situation. If I see that going outside in my neighborhood at midnight is not a great idea for Brenda, critical thinking says, stay your ass in the house. And then other people emotionally thinking about it. I live where I live and I pay my rent and ain't nobody going to tell me what to do and I can do what I can do. I'm not in that category. I'm in the look at the situation and then figure out how I feel about it. How I think about it.
I don't want to drag off the part where he's the emotionals and all that stuff, and on the topics and the critical thinking. Yes, okay, and Brenda, yes, that's how we, as individuals, we need to come about all situations and know, being aware of your environment, of self, and of others. And my point is that these officers, I'm 100% with Kenny, with what you're saying, because these officers are taking these jobs. These officers are put in these positions. These officers have power. They're gods when they pull up to you. They got tasers, they got guns, they got handcuffs, they got batons, they got backup. They got all this stuff to you. So what I'm saying is they have to be able to handle. I know it's dangerous. I know it is, and I'm not taking anything away from their jobs or any of that. But they still have to be some type of training on how to approach and de-escalate a situation and not size the situation up. You know what I mean? So just like yesterday with Tyreek, or the other day with Tyreek Hill, the same thing. That officer, they lose control as well. And that's what your point, Kenny, and I'm with you again. I'm going to stay on that, is that I think that they need to be shown a way. There has to be some. I mean, the football can change. The people were getting hurt on football, right, with the kickoff. So they changed the damn kickoff. If you got all these people dying at the gun and the cop, then we need to change the training that's what I'm saying. And that's not emotion. That's just reality.
No, the thing is, training. I don't know if y'all could hear me because my phone stopped, but they're getting the training to de-escalate things properly. They're getting the training that they're supposed to use. They're just assholes that all of a sudden have a bunch of power and they use it the wrong way. That's the issue.
Yeah,
It's a character problem.
Exactly. That's a big part. But see, that also comes back to where if you're giving these guys a very well paycheck, if they have the best pensions, if they have a lot of dignity and respect and integrity for their jobs and for people, then they'll serve different. You see what I'm saying? But if you're still struggling and you got to go out here and take a 8-ball off a mug to give to a man to give you 100 back, you know what I mean? Then
I don't know if paying them better will make them better people. The people that
all about
want
money,
to
babe.
be officers, they either are like, yeah, an officer doesn't get paid very well, but I want to serve my people and I want to do well. Or they're over here like, I don't care what the pay is, I just want to fuck somebody up.
Yeah, but there can't be in that. I rebuke that again, because there be other officers around when these officers are acting as such. And if they're trained and they're not in their emotions, how come they're not de-escalating it? So obviously they're not trained properly.
That is a question. I wish DeQuavius was on here so we could ask him if there's anything that officers are taught whenever it comes to a fellow officer being a douchebag.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm be the one to talk up against a fellow officer.
But here's the thing, y'all. Because I when the George Floyd bill came out, I don't know how many of y'all have heard of this term, PBA?
Tell me.
Say it again.
PBA stands for Police Accountability Board. After the George Floyd bill was implemented, it was mandated by every law that every state had to have a PBA board, a Police Accountability Board, that is implemented in every state, in every jurisdiction, municipality, and who would be in charge of that would be individuals from the community that will be able to say, hey, that will kind of be like the vetting process on how police. So like nobody could come from if you have an infraction or indication on your record in New York, and you as an officer, you couldn't leave New York and then decide you want to come down here in DC knowing you had uh, 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 you've been indicated, right? Um, that's been something that's been going on, and I haven't heard it talked about from DC side, from Virginia side. Prince George's County made a big, huge ordeal from it because of the major lawsuit that they got. They got about like 2 different lawsuits. It was a $20 million lawsuit that went national. In regards to police officers being on the force that know that they have prior issues or prior indications. Indications could be that you was an officer, you showed up with alcohol, you was high, you was intoxicated, but you out there on the police force, or you didn't had an SA charge, and you out there on the police force, or you had some type of charge that where you was operating in a way where you did something to a constituent, the thing that we're missing here, and I judge the law enforcement because there's a young lady, I'll call her young, but she's a senior. Most of the people that know me, you know what I'm saying, prayers up, stop the violence, woo, 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 woo. Y'all, I know I've shut down the streets and, done all that. But this lady, 82 years of age, she pulled me to the side and she said, Dr. Clark, I love the message of where you're saying, hey, black man, black sister, put the guns down and woo, 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 and blase, blase. She said, but the problem is this. There is no accountability piece for the people that are supposed to be serving and protecting the constituents. And she said, the people that are in that position, they're only trained to do one thing: shoot, kill, ask questions later. And so
That sounds very Florida thing.
No. Listen. This
I'm
is
listening
a
now.
get real with it. This is a get real with it to get deal with it moment. I'm not going to say that all officers are bad, because y'all know where I stand at. Where I stand at is this: let us do like Elijah Muhammad said. When these systems don't work, y'all see what the title of my group says? We take care of us. When we know these systems are failing the community, when they're not policing and they're not doing right with our tax-paying dollars, forget this whole system. We have to create something that we know that is going to work, that is going to be proficient, that is going to be cultural appropriated, that's going to be able to have policing that looks like us, that is for us, that is done by us. That's where I'm at with it. We have a problem. Listen, I have a slogan.
Let me
I
tell
have
you
a
something
slogan.
real quick, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
We have a problem of getting involved. We talk a good game, but we do not really want to stand up and get involved. We talk about all the stuff we want to happen, but when rubber hits the road and it's time for us to get involved, we don't do it. We shook our responsibilities, and then we sit back and cry about the results of it. So I've seen that in person. Okay, we is a great statement, but we got to do better.
That part. Oh no, I'm in agreement with you. But I'm just saying, me as someone, I'm not one that's sitting on the sideline. I'm not one that's I'm not ones that sit. Everybody knows, and I'm not trying to just toot my horn. There's some other people that's out there that's trying to make a difference. Molly is doing a phenomenal job with the kids. Trying to make a difference at the kids, because I feel like if you reach the kids, that basically that when they matriculate and transition into adulthood, we can see a better product and a better management of this. But all of us on this platform have some type of role, whether it be, and that's not necessarily that is policing, but we're doing something that is going to promote wellness or wholeness that would actually and better the community. You know what I'm saying? Me, I know what I do. My whole living room, my whole house is full of just stuff of just different stuff. Because why? I'm not waiting for a system that I see. I'm not waiting. I ain't waiting for nobody else to come in and do.
Let me jump in and say something and it got me feeling that. I don't know if I'm talking about emotion. I'm talking about emotion and fact.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I remember. I remember in June, somebody here did a Stop the Violence rally, was giving a community a free picnic, free. They come in, gun violence, put the guns down, all that. Guess what? Nobody showed up. Your community need to care about what's going on. If your community don't care what's going on in it, there's nothing you can do. You can stand out there with a whole table full of good shit, but if your community don't care about what's going on, ain't nobody gonna come out there to your table. Ain't nobody gonna receive the message. Ain't nobody
It
gonna
depends
get
on
with
the person though, Reese. A lot of people doing these things. The kids in the community don't fucking know them. You know, and that's what be tend to happen. If we need the people in the community that people actually know and love to join them groups so we can get more people to come out. And that's all it be. Like you get people in them communities to come out and join it. The leaders in them communities, the other people will follow. But you got a lot of people that start organizations and they not even from our area. They not even from around. They never come in the community. Never seen them at the corner store, the liquor store. We don't know none of them. So that's what it be. Then they come out. Well, we try to help the community. Nobody showed up. Well, shoot, we've been around here for years. We never seen you before. We don't trust you. The last person we came and helped, they fucked us over. And that's what they tend to do. And the police force, what people gotta think, like it's no different than training day and anything else. We met Damien aunt, Miss Hers, that wrote her book, Miss Erling. She was a cop. She quit being a cop in DC because she couldn't be a good cop. She said they had a secret station that they used to call each other on to do shit to people, smack people around, and then she snitched. When she went to go snitch, now everybody in the police force treated her different. She considered hat. When she need backup, nobody there to back her up. So now she feel like she can't get no situation because nobody there to back her up. So people gotta understand, you can train these cops to be good all you want. It's no different. They the biggest gang in America. They can go anywhere. They that gang. That's like a hood being in every state you go to. It's no different than Bloods and Crips. They the boys in blue. So wherever they go, they got a squad there. And if you don't get down with the rules they lay down, you're not part of the group. It don't matter if they train you to be good. It's no different than training day. That white dude was Denzel, he was good. But Denzel and them like, nigga, this is how we do shit. And the minute that they seen he wasn't with it, he left him at the house to get killed. Lucky he didn't, but that's just a movie. Most places, these cops actually die. Then they be like, it was a gang. No, they already cool with the gangs. We need you to get rid of this one cop. He not following the rules. There's a lot of dirty cops out here. And if you ain't dirty, they don't want you being around them. So if majority of them dirty, they gonna kick you out. That's like having a dude that's around that's just a good guy in the gang. No, he gonna snitch on us. He eventually gonna tell we don't want him around. He a ret. So you got police officers that's training to be good, but once they get into that world, they want to be a cop and they do anything to stay a cop. These dudes are they buddies. They best friends out there. Wow, this is my partner. I got my life on the line with you. So if you do something dirty, yeah, I got your back. I'll lie for you. Just do the same for me. And I think that's how this is gonna continue to be on, because the people at the top, they dirty. That's just how I feel. No matter how these kids grow up to be good, and once you join the police force, if you ain't gonna be how they be, then eventually you even gonna get kicked out, killed, or something crazy gonna happen. So I just think
because of the system it was built off, Molly. It was, you exactly right. It was created off murder, death, strong arming. We doing this, get out the way, you farming. We ain't got time for farmland. We bringing that railroad or whatever it may be, you know.
Jail is money, man. The jail is
My
money.
brain over here said the government's like the Waffle House.
What?
The Waffle House won't drug test any of their employees for no reason whatsoever. They won't drug test because they know that well, down here weed is illegal to smoke, and they won't drug test their employees because they know that all of their employees smoke and all of them are going to fail, and they're going to end up with just a couple employees rather than the mass amount that they need. And you just that's the click that I had there, is if they did some kind of psychological test, if they did like a lie detector test involving everybody about everybody, and they found out who was twisted and who might not be, then they'd end up with just a couple employees rather than the mass amount that they want.
That's
But
what
you
they
know
did
that
on
was
Amazon. That's what Amazon did. They said, "Shit, we ain't drug. Come on down. Shit, if you smoking weed, we got a spot for you. We got a weed break area. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying?
I'll be over there.
And just I don't know about you, but just think about every cop you know. Well, not every cop you know. I know when I was in high school, all the cops that I know that became cops, they were the kids that got bullied in high school. They went out and
Beat up,
found them a clique that they could be a part of. So
yeah, a whole bunch of other suckers. Not all of them, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's true. Not all of them, but because we got a lot of servicemen, we got a lot of service work, we got guys that been in the army, got a lot of them. But there is a big percentage of what you just said, Phil. There ain't no question that's a fact.
Yeah, you gotta be careful though, because there's a lot
And
of.
they be on get back, Molly.
Yeah, they be on get back. Dude done killed his girlfriend, boyfriend, and because that was his ex. It was a lot of stuff, and the cops helped him out. That was a big story. But that's why I be telling you, gotta be careful, with anything, especially the news, because everybody tell their narrative, So it's just like what to believe these days. So once you start doing your own research and just talk to the people, once we start talking to each other and social media came out, that's what's really the problem. They can say Cynthia and Kenny said this and said that, and then we go online and see they said something different. It wasn't that easy back in the day. You had to really depend on the news. Now them days are over with, so that's why you hear a lot of people coming out saying, "Oh, this fake news, or this because this would really happen." And now these people can come out and post and say, "No, this how I really feel about this situation. This what I wanted to say." So I just don't know. It's just like it's just an open stage right now, just like
police used to be decent though. They used to be decent. I mean, a lot of them. Look at one of the greatest. The greatest might not be who he is hadn't been for an officer, because when he got his bike stolen and he wanted to fight, the officer said, "Well, do you know how to fight?" And he was like, "No, but I like to learn so I could beat him up." He said, "Well, come on to the gym." And he brought him into the gym and taught him how to fight. And that's how Muhammad Ali started fighting.
That's
and it was by a police officer, a white
you watch
at that.
Cops, Reese?
What you say?
Did you watch Cops growing up? Did y'all like watch Cops?
I not only did I watch
hated
cops,
it.
I had cops in our family. We had police officers in our family. I worked at 7-Eleven. I was friends with all the neighborhood cops. But what I was saying that back in the day when it was like black officer police in our hood, they was good. All the officers wasn't bad. Back, like you said, back in Muhammad Ali, and they had us in our burials because they know that when other people came in, they didn't treat us the same. So we said we need good black officers, police in the hood back in the day when we was growing up. There was a lot of good officers. Okay. And my cousin, they was good officers. I don't know what they got on the force nowadays. They got too many people scared and ready to pull the trigger quick. There's a difference between officers 30 years ago and the officers that's out there nowadays. There's a big difference. And when you getting assaulted or your purse snatched or violated, the first person you gonna call is a police officer. Nowadays, you call a police officer, they come with a condescending attitude. They come with something different. They're not the same officers. This generation. I don't know what they cranking out in the factory nowadays, but this shit ain't it.
Yeah, I think they don't
Maybe
care.
it's the power hungry type thing.
Say
Like
power.
you go from like the individual that's afraid to not fully stop at a stop sign because there's an officer behind you, to the officer behind somebody that's given them the fear that you used to have. Maybe it's the power dynamic, which whenever you said that, forgive me, whenever you said that the cops are different, I was like, I saw that movie Life and they didn't seem too nice.
Yeah.
No.
Not only that, but you know, I mean,
That's
we
the
talking
thing.
about
They're talking about our community cops. Our community policed us with love. Officer, there was some officer friendly. There was some Curtis Brown. He made
Shut up, Molly.
detectives. There
Curtis
was
Brown.
Robert. He made they used to come in. There was people that used to care.
Yeah, I think y'all get confused though, Reese. All Bloods and Crips not bad people. They are loved. They take care of their family. They got kids and everything. Just when it's time to be bad, they be ready. And it's no
Reese,
different. These cops, y'all catch them when they in their good times. They just supposed to be human. They don't supposed to just be bad cops all the time, you know. But if you got cops out here, yeah, they gonna be nice and gentle. They gonna hold the door, speak. But you pull out a weapon or you do some trouble, it's totally different. Now I gotta work, you know. So unless you
Like
seen them in
security
that
guard.
situation,
This
yeah,
security guard
security.
that come at the door that's nice. And then this security guard that like to flex they security shit, you know.
Oh yeah, that be over push it. But man, in Arizona, there's a lot of white cops, and I love them white cops out there. But all the crimes out there is mostly white people. So it was just like, what the hell going on? So out there, all the news is white on white crime, but they don't push too much white on white crime, or they don't push police shootings. That's why as y'all watch Cops, because growing up, Cops, it was mostly white people getting beat and chased on that damn show. So I thought that was normal. And then as I got older, it seemed like all I see on TV is, oh, another unarmed black man was killed. Even our boy, he got killed. They brought up his history, like, oh, he had a criminal background. Then you'll see a white dude shoot up a whole school, and they say, well, we don't know what made him. They bring up all the good things he did. So that's how I know how the media push stories, how they want to push it. They don't.
Shoot up
It's
a
a
whole
lot of
school
white guys
and get
getting
treated
shot
at Burger
out here
King.
unarmed by cops, but they don't push it in the media. They are like it don't happen. Just look on YouTube and Google white guys getting shot by cops. It's a lot of them. They just don't push it. So in our world, we always see, well, how do always black people this? They do it. They treat us like that, yeah, because they promote it a lot and the media push it a lot.
Yeah.
For some reason, when
Absolutely.
a black guy get killed by a cop, it get pushed and marching and everything. When a white dude get killed by a cop, you barely hear about it. You barely hear about it. So it's just like that's
Well,
what
yeah,
they do.
the media, the news needs that
I just
shit.
want to
white
I
black
just want to
thing.
play devil's
Because that's what it
advocate.
is. Because
I
that's what
just want to
mostly
play
is.
devil's advocate because on the opposite side of that, when black women were coming up missing all the time and there was nobody reporting on it, the media was then bashed about that. You don't talk about black people or black women coming up missing, but every time a white woman come up missing, y'all on it. Okay, so now this is the flip side,
Same
and
media.
they can't win for losing. What I'm
No, that's
saying
the
is
same media. They push and choose what they want to pick and
trust
choose.
the
You
media.
missing the point.
Let me finish. What
You
I'm
missed the
saying
point.
is just
Make a
trust
point.
the media to bring you the story and you do your own due diligence and then you figure out how you believe in it. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I was saying. You saying trust the media. That's what I'm telling you. They tell you what they want to tell you.
Trust the
No,
media to
no,
bring
neither
you
one of
the
you are
story.
saying trust the media. It's a sad thought to think that if a black woman goes missing, then it wouldn't meet the media. What Molly is saying is in the effect of the news, whatever news you're watching, whether it's a Republican based, Democratic based, or just on its own, independent. It doesn't matter. What they want is to give the stories that they believe will put their ratings up. If they see, like, just like with the Zimmerman case forever ago, I remember talking about it in my current events class. It was like a debate class. And whenever we looked at the background of everything, then it really should, I'm not going to say how it came out, but like, anyhow, skipping. It was presented as a white man shot a black boy. And that was the headline that got the attention internationally. That
Wow.
was what got them the most views. And whenever you've got newspapers around here, people's phones are more important. Oh, the radio does it well enough. What does the news have to do to stay going, to keep its numbers up and be more important
Thank
enough to
God
keep going?
that there are more than just 3 channels and 3
One day
media
I'm gonna
news
say, "Let me
outlets.
finish" to you, and it's gonna
You
feel
should.
like
You should. You should. But I'm showing you
Gotta
how
go
to
get
just
some
jump
sleep.
in
I was
and
about to
have
say it
your
for you.
opinion heard. So therefore, what I'm saying, and I don't need you to tell me what Molly said. I understand English perfectly. What I am saying is that thank God that there's not 1, 2, or 3 media channels and that Ken just got his tags to be media. You do your research and listen to
I'm gonna have to show.
who fits what you're
I'm gonna
going with.
show. I'm
Okay.
gonna show
So
Brenda
all I'm
something
saying
now.
is every one of us that have a show on here are media. So we're not just talking about people on TV. We're talking about whether I believe Trey when he's telling me about his homeless situations. That's what I'm saying.
Let me know you ready to
Yeah.
learn. You know, like we never too old to learn. That's the thing. You can learn some things from us. We can learn some things from you. And it's the thing why you said you can turn to another channel. When you understand that one people own all the news outlets, you understand they all saying the same story. They all got
The
the
same
same
scripts, the
script
same
and
delivery.
everything. So it
Well,
don't
then
matter
you
which
turn to
channel you
Trey
listen
or
to.
you
San
turn
They all
Antonio's
gonna be the
Jessica
same.
Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest
The
responsibility.
news site Deadspin recently produced a mashup video that went viral and unsettled many Americans.
Plaguing our
I seen
country.
this.
It exposed how America's largest broadcaster forced its local anchors to read an Orwellian script. The Sinclair Broadcasting Group demanded its local anchors recite the same lines, demonizing media and sowing distrust, with warnings like this.
The sharing of bias and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
What's worse, if you actually watch Sinclair's programming, you'll see they violate almost everything they warn against.
So far, no hearings on the big uranium deal.
That's right. That's a Sinclair host promoting the debunked conspiracy theory that Hillary Clinton gave away 20% of America's uranium to Russia.
That could involve kickbacks to the Clinton Foundation.
Oh, and here's another segment alluding to the baseless conspiracy theory that a Democratic staffer was murdered for leaking party emails to WikiLeaks.
There's a theory Democratic National Committee emails were given to WikiLeaks by a DNC whistleblower who was later gunned down. Maybe it was him. Maybe it was the Russians.
And what about this?
To push their own personal bias and
Boy, that
agenda.
was wild.
Personal bias?
I never seen that.
Hit him over the head, man.
They gonna flag it. They gonna
Yep,
flag
that's a
it.
perfect
They
video
gonna
to show
shut
them.
it
I
down.
never seen none of them
Perfect
stories.
video. Yeah, perfect video.
Molly, that was
I'm
a
glad that
good
you knew about
one.
that.
Did they
Yeah.
stop the video, Molly, or did you stop
Nah,
it?
I was told we might get flagged if I share the whole video. But you can look up a lot of them. Basically, it's a lot of them sync that every day they say the same exact thing. They got the same layout. So it's the same news. You can turn to 5, you can turn to 7, 4. It don't matter. 20. They all got the same script. So when you say don't turn to that one, just go to that one. No, they're gonna be
They
saying the
just,
same.
yeah, they'll just
3
make your
hours.
ears because you're
Well,
a Democrat or a Republican, right? They'll just make it sound good to you, you know?
Well, obviously, when I'm saying turn the channel, there's many channels now because they're streaming. So you can stream to Kenny, you can stream to Molly, you can stream to Trey Wiz, you can tune in to the Morning Mac show, you can go on my show, on my platform, you can tune in to Destiny, you can tune in to Beast, you can turn the channel. If you don't like what they're saying, do something different.
Yeah,
Until
but a lot
you
of
get
these
you need to make
people,
a decision on whatever situation that you're looking at. What I said is trust the media to bring you the story, because without them, you wouldn't even know about the story. You can't be in 100 million places
Third
at one
story.
time.
That's right,
Then let me change the situation. Trust them to
We're not-
tell you the topic, and then you research what the story is.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
see,
know,
that's the
it's
thing.
just
We're
like
no
history
longer
books.
in.
It's just like history books that we didn't learn our story. We learned their story. They told us what they wanted us to know.
And then what did we do, Althea?
I went in search of more because I was like, it's got to be more than this.
Okay, that's what I'm telling everybody to do. Go search for more. Don't just
Okay.
trust
I'll accept that
one.
message.
Yeah, don't just trust. I don't just trust Molly. If Molly tell me something, I don't just say, "Oh, okay, Molly, the sky is orange. We're good." No, I'm gonna call JoJo Baby. I'm gonna call you Althea. I'm gonna call Funny Man Green.
You
I'll be
can
like,
get
y'all
all
know what Molly told me.
misinformation. How
Molly
you gonna
told
know
me
who
that the
telling the
sky was
truth?
orange.
No, she's
What?
just saying. She's saying use your best judgment after you research through other avenues. That's all she's saying, and I get that too. And she's definitely hitting on that because without us digging, we wouldn't know half the stories we know. Molly, the sea moss. You know what I'm saying? They not pushing sea moss to help you be
Yeah,
healthy and
but
do the
why
right
call
stuff. You
David
had
or
to
Funny
dig and go
Man
get
Green
that.
for
You had to figure
CMOS?
that out.
You gotta know who to call for certain situations, not just because it's a. Let me call Kenny. Let me call
True
this.
that.
No, it depends on the situation. I won't probably call neither one of y'all, depending on the situation. If it's about sports, I
She was
might
just
call Funny Man.
she was just using that as she was
And
just
that's
using that
all
as
I'm
an
saying,
example.
Molly. You arguing my point. My point is call
Your
who
point
you
is you
trust.
keep adding something else
I'm
to it.
saying
The
call who
point
you
is the
trust.
news outlet is not good for us. That's
It's
how it
that
started off. You saying why
The
y'all
news
going on the
outlet
news?
is
Leave the
well. Then
news alone.
I argue that it is good because without it, you
And then
wouldn't
you
know
start
half the
agreeing with
shit
us,
that
and
you
now
know.
it's like I'm arguing with what I
Even
was
with it, we
saying.
don't know half the shit
Get
that's
more
going on.
information.
a lot of the stuff you
That's
don't
what I
is
was
not
saying. That's
even.
what I was about to say. It would be like back in the day in the 70s when you could be
Right.
20 miles away with another family. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I mean, nobody would ever know but now you can't do that.
Yeah.
Right. Kids are going missing. Without the media, you'd have less of a chance of finding them.
See, that don't make sense.
When
But
people come
but
up
that
dead, you got
that
a less of a chance of finding out who did it.
They're the ones who did it.
Huh? What'd you
I
say?
think
That part.
I think
That part.
What'd you say? Funny
Yeah.
Man?
They're the ones who did it.
Well,
Maybe,
I mean,
but you have to know the story exists for you to be able to say whether they did it or whether somebody
That's the
else did
part
it.
that I'm lost about. Which one?
a
Because they're
lot of
not
the
telling about the
You
black
still have
girls.
to
They
know
only
the
telling us
story,
about the white
whatever it
girls,
is.
right?
Whatever it is, you still have to know the story. And that's the media's job. Your job is
I
to
don't think
decipher through what they're saying and come up to your own conclusion.
I think the
you want to hear
problem is that we
something
don't
that's
need a
like
lot of
crazy
that
though?
information. I think a
I
lot of
would
that is I think a lot of that is us not needing none of that information. I don't think most of what I see, I don't even watch TV like that. So all the Hulu and all the podcasts and shit and all that, that's cool when I want to watch that shit. But I'm not even glued to my TV like that. If you know what the hell Pandora's box is in the first place, if you made the connections on who provides your food and your entertainment and all of that stuff anyway, if you really look at it as a whole system and figure out what's linked to what, the how can the same people at the same table you're looking for different results from when it's all one agenda. It's all one system. So everybody's so flabbergasted and drawn back by shit they don't understand. Just like the little article on uranium. I ain't got no uranium in the fucking kitchen or the garage. No way. I don't know nothing about that shit. Like meaning like something being put in your face like, oh, Hillary Clinton possibly gave all our uranium to another country. You don't use that shit. You don't know nothing about it. You're not on the table of elements looking for that shit and understanding it. Most of the shit that I see, we have no attachment to. We insert ourselves and want to find something personal in it to get like riled up by. We're not researching it and looking the shit up. We don't know the facts, but we want to talk about it. And I mean, I'm glad to see some action. It's nice to have it as a topic of conversation, but most of it is just blowing smoke, like Philip said when he first was in here. Most of it is blowing smoke. If you're not somebody out there doing it, then you just talking about it. So I mean, I don't know. It's not enough
Uranium
research
is
being
a
done.
critical. uranium is a critical element in making bombs, and I'm pinpointing or bullet pointing these so that I can go ahead and throw it out. That's A, and then B is
So if y'all want to make a bomb, y'all need uranium to make a bomb.
I wouldn't fucking know.
Shorty, all you gotta do, Reese, is pull that shit off the top shelf. Boom!
I don't even You spill that shit if you want to. All right.
Let's go Uranus.
It was an anus comment coming soon.
I didn't say nothing about licking butt.
Your anus.
He said uranium, and he said pulling it on the top shelf. I said Uranus. That was it. I didn't say nothing about. I didn't say nothing about.
Okay, did y'all hear everything I said though? Because like on my screen,
No, because it blocked out for a second. So you said uranium being a compound used to make bombs, and then you was gonna use another. You was gonna say something else.
Okay, just throwing it out there, and I know everybody's like, boo TikTok, but just saying TikTok and the mass amount of individuals on there has this crazy power to itself, considering I've watched plural videos where some cheater in Florida can be found in California within 24 hours. So if we just like started off with a picture and missing, and then just put the information behind there, then people's kids would probably be found faster. Women, men, anybody kidnapped would be found much faster because people scroll that fucking TikTok all day. They see it, and through muscle memory, they're gonna remember it. Just for a moment, they're gonna go, "Oh shit, that was that missing person," and then bam, TikTok done found somebody's kid.
And what is TikTok?
What do you mean? What is TikTok?
Social media. Media.
I know. I was saying
that's not provided. That's not provided by the people.
Don't throw yourself in front of the bullet, okay? I was talking to everybody here who has this view of media. Media is something that we all need to be abreast of a situation at hand. That's it.
But it's not the people that you're talking about, though.
Exactly.
The media. When we say media, but when we say media, we're not.
Media.
At the end of the day,
I'm talking about Althea. I'm talking about all of media. Anything
at the end of the. That's the media. Honestly, that's the media that gets dismissed. So we act like, oh, let me go to that person's page. Let me go to, no, because when I see these people live and they're not getting a lot of views and comments and all that, nobody's really there checking for that at the end of the day. So what they're doing is they're sitting their asses on the couch and tuning in to Channel 7 and wondering what the hell is going on versus most of the credible people, like Destiny was trying to say. Destiny, I think, was saying that it's us that passes the true information. I got channels that do credible research far more, but it's not the media you're talking about. When you mention media, you're only talking about the higher ups. You're only talking about these big. No, come on. Come on. We know. We're naturally not looking for individuals around us.
No, I said media. You made up in your own mind what I was talking about. I said media.
You argued. Molly was talking about.
I already heard a previous conversation.
Molly was talking about one kind of media, and I was talking to Molly about his kind of media. And now, but my intent is saying media is something that we all need. It's up to us individually to be, as like Ken said, emotionally. What did you say? Emotionally, Ken?
No, we're moved emotionally off of emotional impulse.
That's what I'm saying.
What media. They're media.
But it's up to us to, like Althea said, dig further if you don't like it. But or if you want to know more, or whatever the case may be. Destiny said, here's a different way that you can look. All of it surrounds you being emotionally intelligent enough to make your own decisions instead of following the sheep, instead of following the herd.
but the majority of the I'm taking it off of the context of the whole conversation in general. The whole conversation was really in reference to media outlets. I didn't hear anybody say anything about. I heard you mention
Everything is
like
a
different.
media outlet.
I heard.
That's what
I
I'm
heard
trying
you
to
mention.
say.
I heard you mention different entities, like
Yeah.
an examples
She
where
Yep.
people
doesn't.
like Reese
And I
and
was talking to
What?
Molly about his interpretation of what media is. And when Destiny
yeah.
said TikTok, I was talking to everybody that is a brand of media. What we're doing right now is a brand of media. People have to take it upon themselves to be emotionally intelligent enough and to be astute enough to make their own decisions and stop being sheep. Just because they tell you that the sky is blue doesn't mean that you have to believe it. But
But why
now I
wasn't
know
the
that
base?
there's a problem with the sky, and now I want to know if it is blue, what shade of blue is it? See what I did there?
Oh yeah, I seen that one. I seen that when you pulled that book out. But why? Okay, so my question is, why wasn't the majority of the conversation about the power of us networking as individuals versus them? Because we were
Because
talking
we
about
hadn't got
information that
there
they were.
yet.
I
That's
Because
why
mean,
we
the
hadn't
news
got
wants
there
to
yet.
put up
it's two
those
hours.
crazy ass things
It's two
because
hours of
we.
time, and we didn't get into it yet.
Yes, Destiny. Destiny
Yeah.
just brought it up. That's why we hadn't gotten there yet. There's called an evolution of a conversation. That means it must carry on. And Destiny brought in an evolution of media, which is TikTok,
Mhm.
streaming,
Mhm.
online, person to person, door knocking, whatever it is. It's up to each one of us to just come up with your own thoughts and stop being a sheep. And
Um.
actually, I heard this morning. I don't know how true it is because I haven't looked it up. My
Go away,
second
dude.
agenda was the show, but Donald Trump is going on all these podcasts. He's making a podcast run, and they're saying that millions and millions of younger people, that's how they get their news, is from the podcast.
Yeah,
And
that's really
so
smart, actually.
he's deciding to go through all the podcasts and talk to all their followers, and it's resulting in millions and millions of young people being subject to his whatever he's talking about. So that's what I'm saying, Destiny, and everybody on the panel. That's a good point, Destiny. In TikTok, you put up a picture and people are scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and the person is found. That's all attributed to media. Social media, television, or network media, or anybody with a pass like Ken, or without a pass like me and Althea, are media. And it's up to each person to decide what they want to think or believe.
Yeah,
That's all
I'm
I'm saying.
trying so hard to hold on to my thought.
Go ahead. Now let it out. Push
I'm
it
so
like a baby.
ADD. You're like, it's the evolution of conversation. I'm like, I'm trying to contribute to the evolution of
Go
conversation.
for it.
Not that it was just a simple statement. It's like that's
Oh,
why the news wants to broadcast all of this shit that just sounds outlandish. They take a mole mound and turn it into a mountain of a headline because we have this power that we haven't had before, where we understand that the media changes things up, and we want to tell everybody what's really going on. Now we have the ability to Google that shit. Now we have the ability to go on TikTok, search a subject, and cipher through like 10 videos, get the whole fucking story, and tell what's fake and what's not. So, I mean, we've got all this power all of a sudden. How is the news thinking that they're going to stay going? How is people going to want us around? All we have are individuals that are like boomers and just slightly younger. How do we keep this going? Oh, we give them shit that sounds outlandish. We take this situation right here and make it sound this big. That's how we do it. So I did hear you, Brenda, when you were talking about like we've got to have our social media to let us know in the first place what's going on. I don't know if anybody heard me in the middle of it, but even with just the news going on, we don't know damn near half of what's going on in this damn world. I remember listening to APR, Alabama Public Radio, that is no opinion, just facts. And they where we were at the time, I think I don't fully remember what was going on here. I think people were freaking out about the COVID vaccine or something, but over in Palestine, women were getting beat to death, and we weren't hearing that on the news, or at least I wasn't. And I mean, my point in that, I'll go ahead and wrap that portion up, is that even with regular ass news going on, if we did not investigate further, if we did not put our own heads into it, then we would not know any of what was actually going on. We would absolutely be nothing but sheep if all we did was listen to a regular ass news broadcast. Putting ourselves in podcasts and TikTok and Googling that shit,
Right.
YouTube, go find that information.
That's because the regular news it's a program. It's a program. It's staged. They only want you to know what they want you to know.
Yeah, everybody still thinks Clinton was the Hillary Clinton was the one that sent out those emails.
Yeah, I don't know shit. About I ain't really looking all into that. I did hear.
When they said
I did hear about it, but she got hot sauce
programming
on her
meaning
bag
they
and shit.
trying to program. All this is programmed. But Molly said years ago about, well, we've talked about this for a long time. Everything is programmed. This is how they programmed you to be the model citizen. They programmed you to be what they want you to be. They
want
put
you
in
to
us
be,
all
right.
in box. We're a
Right.
factory. America is a factory, a big ass factory. And we
Oh yeah, we all got
are-
SKU numbers too.
are-
They
and
come
we
in the
are-
form of Social Security there.
we are the product, and then we go through the machine. Boom, 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 and you get stamped on, and that's them that's stamping you. Who's the man? They always say, "Oh, society says this." Society. Who is society? Who is the man? Who is this that we're trying to live up to? Who is this?
So why don't we turn our back? Why don't we turn our back on the media then? If you and stop looking at it as much, getting consumed by it as much as we do, if we know these things. I feel like we're saying how
Because you
corrupt
know
and
why?
fucked up everything is.
And when
but
you
still,
tell a lie, there's always a little bit of truth in the lie. You got to search for the truth.
The truth, right?
I mean that's okay. That's in any given situation. That doesn't change
Okay,
regardless of where it comes from.
think about people's grandmas, grandpas that like they don't get TikTok, they aren't gonna do that shit. They're still watching the news. Once the people that are still
Well, I
watching the
ain't thinking
news
about that.
stop relying on it, the news won't have the income that they need. They won't have the ratings that they need to keep going, and then they'll crash, and all we'll have is Google, TikTok, and whatever the fuck else pops up.
Yeah. I'm like, we supposed to be the smartest beings ever.
But I'm not looking
Yeah,
for
but
That
we
sounds
are-
good until somebody wants it different. Then they just set it up different. They'll just make it a different program and cancel stuff out and say this isn't legal and you can't do this and you can't do that. So I mean, it's not that hard to switch it up. I hear what you're saying, but it will go in a different direction. But we don't know which one. It might stay with that, but they chop this part off instead of that part getting chopped off because they got the money. They're the ones with the money for it. This and the TV, the same thing, right? Right?
Wait a minute, which one of y'all remembers that news didn't used to be all day long like it is now? News to be early in the morning, in the afternoon, the midday, all late at night. News used to come on only 2 times: the 5 or 6 o'clock news and 11 o'clock news.
Yep.
Now
No, they had the afternoon.
we can't even
They had
After the Price is Right.
news on.
Yep, they had the news right after The Price is Right. Yep, they had a half hour. They had a half hour joint.
No 30-minute segment. We can't even
Yep,
watch
30 minutes.
Kids used to be able to watch cartoons every morning. On every single channel at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's the fucking news. Where's the cartoons? Where's the cartoons at?
Yeah, like you said, you got to Google them. I be watching my old school cartoons all the time on YouTube.
We be all happy going to
Y'all
school.
better stream that shit, buy that shit.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's
didn't-
the point that I'm
yeah.
making.
Get your ass off cable.
It was on.
Pluto TV app. Pluto TV app.
It was
Yeah.
on
Right.
channel 4, 7, 9, 5. All of them had a school show. The News Zoo Review used to come on. The Vegetable Soup used to come on early. Oh,
And
that's
Reed,
gone.
you used to be in high school.
Via
You know what I'm saying?
that's gone.
Shit changes. It don't be the same. Don't nothing stay the same.
Our show is over.
Yeah,
See you
but it's like why we never
later.
stay put or in a
See you
circle.
later.
You know, like whatever happens in the house normally stays in the house. It's like we need new outlet, and we want to know what happened in motherfucking in a whole nother country, like that won't affect our life anyway or
Yep.
anyhow. And it's crazy because we supposed to be the smartest beings ever, but you don't see like squirrels don't need to know what the fuck squirrels doing in Atlanta. They still
Yep.
gonna get their nuts and gather for the winner. It's just for us. What they doing is they putting fear into us. They fucking with our conscious mind. Every
Yep.
day they can tell you that it's a dude out here just snatching women and grabbing all women in that area gonna be scared. But what I knew growing up, I ain't really watched the news. And most time watch the news, it wasn't nothing going on in our neighborhood, but we knew everything that was going on in our neighborhood. We knew who stabbed who yesterday. We know who was fighting yesterday. Nobody outside the neighborhood knew that. We ain't need no news outlet. If you in the community and you active, you're gonna know what happened in your community. I don't need to know what the fuck happened uptown. Unless they related to me somehow, it get to me. But why we need to know what's happening in Atlanta? Why we need to know what's happening in LA?
Motherfuckers just
What happened
nosy.
in this with this cop all the way in Missouri and this, and then that effect is us. And now we got good cops. And now we treating our cops crazy because some cop did some shit in LA down. It just caused confusion. That's why I be like, man, media
Pandora's
just
box,
keep
Slim.
rowdy to keep people hype. And the animals, they don't
Pandora's
need it.
box.
They don't need none of the things that we so-called need in society, and they get through just fine. They don't need to know when it's going to rain and storm. They somehow know because they intact with nature. At one point we did. We always have all this shit. And somehow we here, meaning that our ancestors found a way to get through it. They ain't need Instagram. They ain't need no news outlet. TVs didn't always exist. So it'd be crazy. People like, no, we need the news. Then what the fuck was we doing before the news?
Right.
It wasn't always
Thank you.
news. We just
Right.
talk to
Thank
each
you.
other. We help each other within our own community. If you take care of home and you take care of your
Disconnected,
community,
Molly.
everywhere be good. Huh?
Disconnection. See, that's the whole idea of it. See, now exactly what you're saying. We're watching Atlanta, we're watching Israel, we're watching this and that. We're watching, like you said earlier, with the uranium, all this shit, but we ain't watching nothing out our front stoop in our own neighborhoods or
Thank
the
you.
local neighborhood news. They got all these stations, and there should be easy to make a West Side Baltimore lunch station, Southeast, community lunch station. They can show where all the programs and the lunches and the lunch box. I mean, I'm just saying, like, they got all
Yep.
this money for this. They can make it, all the way over in Africa. Then what about breaking it down right here in our communities, like you say, so we can have a connection. See, we disconnected because we're looking at Atlanta and we're not right here in our neighborhoods. And that was my whole point.
Yeah, that was me. I
Well,
make happy
I've got
news.
a note that sounds like I'm just like some ridiculous hippie or some shit because like I believe this firmly, but I mean I'm on my phone right now and you'll find out why that's contradictory. If you look historically, the early 1900s up to around 1930 something or so, we were incredibly progressive. Now back then we didn't have telephones. I don't even think we had radios quite yet. We definitely didn't have TVs, and we were just focusing on inventing things, how to make things easier. And we went through this crazy industrial age, which I think is actually referred to as the industrial age, where inventions were popping off like crazy. But as soon as the
Yeah.
TV got created, as soon as the man started coming through the radio talking, ow, does that mean the show's over, Reese? You blinded me. Thank you. As soon as a man started coming through the radio talking about World War II, everybody started paying a lot more attention to what that media had to do. Before that, we didn't have the media. We didn't have the stories. If you heard music, it was because somebody you knew played an instrument, or you played an instrument, or you just happened to stumble across a place where somebody who knew how to play an instrument was there going at it. You didn't just turn on the radio and there it was, not for some time until the radio was invented. And then after that was the next portion. Okay, we waited till that TV was invented. And then what was the next major to us individually, everybody thing that popped up? And I'm not talking about the kitchen because women, oh, they love the industrial age. And boy, did they love the money their men brought in from the industrial age. But whenever cell phones really became a thing, it didn't matter anymore. We're looking at our phones. The amount of inventions that have come through since the cell phone became so easily attainable, we're not paying any attention to the progress. We're paying attention to our phones. So to me, Pandora's box has got to be, I believe the radio was the first. So as much as I adore music, I gotta say the first Pandora's box to our actual humanity has gotta be the radio. We cared more about listening to that radio than going out and doing the shit that we were supposed to be doing.
Just like Molly and Joseph Baby said, you know, we have to worry about and take care of our own front. You know what I mean? I remember I used to sit there and watch the Feed the Children commercials, starving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Starving my damn self. You know what I mean? They talking about sending money for the kids in Africa and jumping on, and I'm in America starving. So
No, I'm right there with you on that. I get hard on the churches for that. You know, I'm hard. I get hard on the clergy because I don't know how many times we didn't pay money to Haiti. I don't know how many times that we didn't, you know, and I get, you know, Africa, you know, the whole thing surrounding that and the motherland and stuff like that. But I was teaching in schools right here in Prince George's County, and I'm seeing 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th graders not being able to eat. You get what I'm saying? Not having money to be able to pull up. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is I had a colleague, and she works at the World Building, and literally surprisingly told me that they actually had a commercial saying "Feed the USA." It was shocking to my to my demise. I was like, wow. And we don't, you know, it's, you know, and you know the words say charity starts at home, but it's like we take care of everywhere else.
Yep, everywhere else.
You
Yep.
get what I'm saying? We you know, in the schools, you got schools where they don't even have books. You get what I'm saying? You don't even have books, you know, for them to be able to come to learn to read. You get what I'm saying? But we're so distracted. You get what I'm saying? We distracted. And yeah, I did say main distraction in America because, like I said, in English they taught you the how to differentiate, to tell the difference between the and there. And we have a lot of there, THEIR, there, instead of the, THE.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you have the is the actual fact. There is you know, so but it's you know, so we have to do better. You know, Miss Brenda, don't think I still got mad love for you. Philip, I still got mad love for you. You know what I'm saying? No, we just having conversations. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody thinking, oh, that old Fro dude with the nerd glasses and whatnot. No, we just, you know, I love y'all.
We're gonna take
you
it
know?
to court.
Yeah, I'm taking it to court. I'm down. Hey Kenny, there's a quick 30-second commercial. This is one of the videos that y'all talking about, Dave. When I was in Panama, they were showing Feed America commercials. I was lost. I ain't understand the language, but I knew what the fuck I was saying, you know. But this what they be doing. Same thing that they do here, help feed Africa, help feed these hungry kids. They doing it everywhere. That's why I say they all
这个全球最富裕的国家之一仍面临着饥饿的困扰。在这个国家，尽管食品供应过剩，却仍有4900万美国人在挨饿。许多人无力负担健康的食物来提升生活品质，帮助美国从现在开始。
And they donating money to us. You know, I don't know where that money going to. It's probably keeping it in China, but that's the game they play. They all using the same book.
They
It's
really
no
had a bond.
different than the Willie Lynch book. They just pass it
They just
around.
pulled out the most Aryan looking little boy to represent America.
Hell yeah.
White boy.
They gotta make them donate. They gotta make them want to get that money up. They ain't about to have no little. Yeah, they gonna make them want to donate.
Media is powerful though. My mother kept her card on those things. I never, shamed her about it. I used to be like, Mom, you can't keep giving them all your money. And she just like, I won't feel right. She think like she really feeding these people. And I couldn't tell her that I don't think that money going there. I was like, that's good, but deep down, I was like, these motherfuckers robbing my mother, and
Yeah,
she
no.
$20 a month. She ain't care. She feel like that was part of her tithe, but you
Right.
gotta be careful, man, because they get 1 million people off these clips, them millions of dollars that we can be funding back to help the people we actually see on the corners and homeless and hungry out here. We walking to
Yeah.
7-Eleven. People don't feel comfortable because they hanging out there laying down where we had something put together that can house these people and get these people on their feet. We won't have to worry about that. But we too busy
Right.
getting all these other countries' money, no different in Ukraine. Some of these people getting 15 to 8 grand a month, 8 to 15 grand a month coming from another country. I want to go to this country too. Fuck that. No wonder everybody
Yeah.
get over here because they getting money monthly, and on top of that, getting little side jobs. Man, we gotta do better. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna go too long.
They really had Opie Taylor from Mayberry.
Yeah.
Well,
From
yeah, type
Walter
shit.
had the haircut and
Good
everything.
representation. Good representation. Only
No,
America.
that's just like killing me. They're like America with their surplus
With
of
the
food, and
basketball at
just
that.
about the entire video is just like food, and they're like some are still poor, and then they have that Aryan boy that looks healthy, and then I'm sitting here thinking about all the commercials I saw when, like still to this day, but mostly when they were like everywhere, like continuous. Whenever I was younger, it was these skinny African American boys that are so skinny you can see their ribs, and they're everything around them is dirt, and Sarah McLachlan makes you want to cry. And I used to go run and grab my parents' hand and say, Mommy, Daddy, you got to send them money. They need food. And that's what the commercials that when I was younger made me
Yeah.
think. If I feel
Yep.
like some Asian individuals watching this
Wait a
commercial
minute, wait a
talking about
minute. Stop, Destiny. Let me rewind and take back. You said skinny African American boys with
in
fly
the camp.
dirt.
She's talking about like the
Sarah
commercial.
McLachlan.
No,
Yeah,
she's
they,
talking
Whenever I was
like
young.
them African.
Yeah, wait a minute. That was Africa. That
Africa.
wasn't
Yeah.
African
Yeah.
American boys.
Yeah.
That was African boys. That was
Yep.
over there. She was over there in Africa, and they were talking
Yep.
about giving to Africa.
Yep.
That was
Right.
Africa. So skinny
Yep.
little African boy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they had flies all
Okay,
on
I
his
mean,
face, playing duck duck goose and
black.
jumping
Yeah, but
all on his face and
that
jumping.
wasn't over here in America. They
I know.
didn't. I haven't seen a video with skinny little American boys with the jeans, Levi
Yep.
jeans, with the old.
See, that was my point. I was talking about the difference between the video when I was younger that I would see all the time with the individuals in Africa in comparison to that video that we just watched. In that video, the man's like, "Oh, food and the surplus of food, and they still don't have food, but here's all this food." And then this Aryan looking Opie, healthy as can be young boy runs up to this guy with a basketball, mind you, and
Exactly.
yeah, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, this is the hungry boy." I'm like, that kid looks perfectly fucking healthy. That kid looks like his parents take care of him. That didn't what I was about to say is I feel like if I was an individual living somewhere in Asia and I saw that video, it wouldn't make me want to give Americans my money so that they could have more food. Whereas on the counter side, when I was younger, like I said, I used to go grab my mother's wrist and say, "Mommy, you have to send these people money, they have no food because the commercials with the African American boy, or not African American, the African boys.
American boy, baby.
Yeah,
Stop saying
yeah,
that.
I know.
She
I
corrected
know.
herself. She
Yeah.
corrected herself. So
Thank you. The African boys that were just like so skinny and like starving, I
Yeah.
that made me want my parents to send them
Yeah.
money. So
I know what you're
yeah,
saying.
that's a real difference. Thank you, Louis.
Right.
Yeah. That part.
Slicky,
You
be
in your
done with
fields
that.
or something? You in your fields or something? Cause you've been quiet for like the last, I don't know, 20 minutes. Yeah, well, somebody cue that shit up. Aberdeen Comedy Jam, After Party Fish Fry.
Yeah.
October 12th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Music
This
by
dude's
DJ
performing Phil
Jizzle.
Page. Yup, JoJo Baby, Miss Dreads, Althea McFarlane, It's Giddy, the rapper of the sea. It's on it's tickets at the door. No, tickets are $30. It's 8210 Philadelphia Road, Aberdeen, Maryland. For tickets, contact B-Man at 443-993-1090. Food available, cash bar, tables available for party of $5 for $100. Tickets available at Eventbrite.
That's one of your
You and your feelings about something, cause you okay.
I don't think she knows you're talking to her.
She knows I'm talking to her. We'll talk about it after this, I guess. Yeah, you on one right now. Thank God I got some weed. Shout out to the weed smokers.
Always good speaking with y'all.
Yeah.
Already know we back tomorrow, same time as always.